a midnight session in the morning.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Midnight Sedge in the morning. It's Friday. Yet another week has passed. It's been a pretty eventful one since this whole Netflix Warner thing, which actually started last Friday. So yeah, it's been quite the week. We've had trailer drops. We've had the channel demonetized. We'll get into all of that over the course of today. And joining us for that discussion is Mr. Chato. How's it going?
I'm absolutely fine. Looking forward to the holidays and taking some time off.
Yeah, sounds perfect. Also joining us, Chris Brawley. Will you be taking some time off? You're muted.
I'm going to take some time off to figure out how to use this computer, I think.
So, yeah.
You know, of the three of us, you look the most like Brian Johnson.
I could not find my driver's cap, gentlemen. I'm having to whip out
You got your poor boy
cap.
That's your poor boy cap.
Okay.
We got to get Andre one of these.
I just have my MAGA hat. So
that's right. I've got that over here. I was thinking about you, Paul, the other day. I was listening to one of my favorite Canadian bands who did one of the most American rock and roll songs. It was the Guess Who.
Oh, the Guess Who, American Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great cut.
They actually have quite a library of goodies.
Oh, they were huge hit makers of their time. I don't think they got their due.
No.
And a great singer.
The Who kind of took all the...
Yeah, the Who, the Guess Who, yeah.
But yeah, I'm here. I'm glad to be here. I'm hoping the super chats are nice and charitable and generous for you guys today. We're going to figure out this demonetization one way or another.
Seriously.
Yeah, we'll do that. Also joining us is Marvin Montanaro.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm sorry. I'm having some computer issues right now. I might have to reboot my computer, but there we go. I think I'm back. It's been a wild 24 hours for me. It's we rebrand my YouTube channel entirely. It is no longer Anytown TV. It is now the M.
Oh no! Oh no!
YouTube,
YouTube.
So yeah, well, rebrand the channel. Do check that out. The link in the description should be the same, and hopefully Marvel will be back before long. So we'll see who else is who will come back first, Marvin or Tom. Tom, for those wondering, will be here before long. He's running a few minutes behind, as happens, but yeah, he'll be here. We also have many of you guys watching here already. I have a couple of super chats related to the main topic. I'm gonna delay those until we get there. So we'll start with Green74, who just became a member. Welcome. We are glad to have you. And then Patrick Robinson says for $4.99, Amanda Seyfried just killed whatever chance the housemaid with Sydney Sweeney had to make money because of her dumbass recent comment about Charlie Kirk. Now, this is something that I'm only casually aware of, but I do understand that the housemaid stars both Amanda Seyfried and Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney, who, as you know, is very popular, especially in conservative circles in social media. She has unparalleled track record, at least in recent history, when it comes to actually selling brands because she has good genes. This, however, has not translated to box office success. So she really needs the housemaid to knock it out of the park. So then it's fantastic that Amanda Seyfried just went and had some comments about Charlie Kirk and how hateful he was, according to her, and she didn't quite say that he deserved to no longer be with us, but she did say that she wasn't too upset about it. So, gentlemen, and here's
sorry about that
again. Yeah, no worries at all. I plugged.
Yeah, we didn't miss you.
Yeah.
I appreciate. Yeah, no, right in the middle of the most important, plug I could possibly have to make. The computer freezes up.
So you get that chance for another one. Let's see if that means the computer has another chance to break up at the critical moment.
Exactly.
But anyway, we were discussing this topic here. Do you think that the housemaid with Sydney Sweeney is going to bomb now because of Amanda Seyfried and her thoughts on Charlie Kirk? Let's begin
It's
with you. since this point.
it's certainly possible. You know, people are still understandably upset about any kind of comments like these. Look, have we forgotten the old adage of if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all? Like, believe it or not, people in Hollywood, when someone you don't like dies, you don't have to say something. If you're not sad about it, you don't have to voice that. No one is dying for Amanda Seyfried to come out here and be like, oh, well, he was hateful. Like, no one cares, bitch. Shut up. Just do your movie. You don't have to comment on every political thing that happens. No one cares what you think. Shut up. You're only hurting your own projects. This kind of stuff really ticks me off.
Yeah. Chris, how about you? Are you ticked off?
No, Amanda Seyfried is Mean Girls, you know, right? So she's just being herself. She's a dumbass. She did say stupid things, but she's entitled to her opinion. I think, though, that maybe they ought to probably elevate these comments in case the movie doesn't do well. Then they can throw Amanda under the bus instead of Sydney. So Sydney's probably sitting over here kind of, okay, that's not bad. I'm not going to comment on that, right?
Well, poor Sydney can't catch a break.
Yeah, I know. It's such a shame. It's kind of hard to see these, but that's...
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's something I can do to make it bigger.
Yeah.
There we go. These then were her. Did it disappear?
Yep.
Oh, fantastic. How the heck did that? Yeah. I touched the button.
It's just so fun. With the Charlie Kirk stuff, it's everyone that says all these things that they claim that he said, or they claim that he did, or they claim that he stood for. It's all wildly taken out of context. And when you actually play the clip for people, they're like, oh, that's what he said? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Either it's taken out of context, and what is much more common is that it's not even the context, it's that these people, they just repeat what they have heard within the confines of their own ideological echo chamber, where, of course, it's obvious. I mean, we saw the same thing with Body Weiss when she was on Joe Rogan, and she started speaking of Tulsi Gabbard, referring to her as a toady, and Rogan suddenly gave pushback. Well, what does that even mean, and how is she that? Then, of course, it unraveled really, really quickly because there was nothing. She just, yeah, everyone says that in the New York Times, where she's used to. No one questions anything. I mean, this is more of the same thing here, which goes to show that no matter how strongly you may feel something politically, depending on what your role is, maybe it's a good idea not to speak out about it. But hey, at least Sydney Sweeney has another excuse in case this movie bombs too, which probably it's going to.
That girl could not catch a box office break, can she?
No.
Yeah.
Well, she might with Barbarella. We'll see.
Look, I think if she starts making those movies, that'll make money. But like when she's like appealing to a conservative fan base and is like, here's my female empowerment lesbian movie. Like, it's, those two things are not going to correlate.
I still stand by Red Sonja reboot, proper studio, proper budget, go a little bit R-rated, little nip slip here and there, $1 billion hit.
Gosh, maybe she could do a Druna movie for heavy metal or something.
That would also work well. Or Druna, yeah, that'd be good.
Maybe a little too. That might be a little too spicy.
Well, 800 million then. Yeah,
I think the main issue here is that most of these people, when they make an accusation against Charlie Kirk, is that I think their dislike and maybe even hatred for Kirk is so great that they're not willing to actually do the research themselves to find out whether he in fact was a hateful person. And I will go out on a limb and say that there's pretty much nothing he said that I've heard that would be qualified as hateful. You might disagree with what it is that he has to say, but things have now been categorized in a tribal fashion that if you're in a camp, then everything that you say is hateful. There's opinion, there's fact, and then there's opinion that you must maintain to be able to maintain your club membership in your particular group. And so you have no way to deviate from the prevailing messages of your group, or you will become unmutual. That's part of the challenge. That's a pretty ignorant thing for her to say, that Charlie Kirk is hateful. But if you bring up the quote again, no one is talking about the most interesting line in that. I mean, I've got it here. You don't have to bring it up. But she said, yes, Charlie Kirk's murder was absolutely disturbing and deplorable. That's an interesting word. In every way imaginable. Well, there's only one way you can imagine that. It's a bullet in the neck. Then the next line, which I think is hilarious: no one should have to experience this level of violence. So what are the different levels of death? Can someone please tell me? Like, that is the stupidest lie. She's obviously still trying to sitting on the fence.
Yeah.
This is a unbelievably weak line that no one has analyzed.
It was workshop.
It is dripping with the inability to actually admit that his death was bad. She won't say that. She won't come out 100%. But this level of violence, death. I mean, please tell me how many levels of death there are.
So, it would have been fine if he had lived, but been paralyzed. That would have been okay.
Yeah, that's right. That's a lower level.
She said this months back, right after it happened.
Right.
But what happened this week was she was asked about it on the Who What Where show. Right. And they were basically like, do you want to apologize for saying that? And her exact response was,
no.
I'm not fucking apologizing for that. I mean, for fuck's sake, I commented on one thing. I said something that was based on actual reality and actual footage and actual quotes. What I said was pretty damn factual, and I'm free to have an opinion.
Very on
That's
brand
why
for
it's back in the news.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm surprised she didn't say literally in there.
Yes, literally.
It's too bad. I mean, the initial statement was bad, and she's done nothing to, and she's not going to have any kind of interest in researching what kind of person Charlie Kirk actually was.
Yeah, and this was doubling down with a pair of F-bombs, like in the face of like the people that got offended by what he said.
Quite mild.
Well, remember, doing your own research is right-wing and extremely problematic. We were told this very, very clearly during the lockdowns, that you have to listen to what the mainstream media tells you, and do not do your own research, because then you may encounter disinformation.
Well, also, Andre, what I said was pretty damn factual. It wasn't factual. It was your opinion. It was your assertion on what he's saying. Like, it was what you thought from watching his stuff. It's not a fact. It's your opinion.
Right. I love this clip you got up here, Andre.
This is the new role of Dracula.
Yes.
As you
I think
guys know,
this is Tom that has that, but yeah.
As you guys know, this is one of the Beatles.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought this is the new reboot, Jukula.
Anyhow, as you know who this is Gene Simmons of Kiss on the red carpet of the Kennedy Center honors for CBS. And he had this to say to somebody like Mark Malcolm, who likes to go, is Kiss the gayest Kiss there's ever been in the world?
Is that Mark Malcolm? Is that?
No, it's not, but he asked him one of those type of questions. Watch.
Yeah. What's your take on his job performance so far? Are you supportive of the way he's handling the office?
Why do you care?
I'd be interested to see what you think. And you've
Why
known
do
him
you
for
care? Nonsense. It's all clickbait. When I was first starting to vote, there used to be a curtain, and you voted anonymously, and you voted your conscience. And nowadays, people want to know who you're voting for. What the fuck business is anybody's? It's none of your business. That's why every person, one vote makes the difference. And you guys inflamed the situation by asking people, so, who did you vote for? Who are you for? Why do you care who I like and who I don't like? I'm nobody. I stick my tongue out for a living. I would do that now, except the floor's dirty. So don't ignore that. That was very funny.
What are you most excited about tonight?
I have a hot chick with me, and I'm set.
Canadian hot
Simmons.
chick.
Yeah, that's king of rock
That's
and roll.
how you do it. That is how
Yeah.
you do it.
What the fuck do you care?
Amanda Seyfried, take notes.
I stick my tongue out for a living. Like,
I
That's
do
funny.
it here, but the floor is
That's a
dirty.
great
That was
line.
perfect.
Yeah.
Well, and the implication is that it's so long it would touch the floor.
Love that.
And this is the same kind of response with much more humor that that Sydney said. You know, I'm sure when I have something political to say, people will know, right?
But do you
So-
notice it's people on the center right who actually have the ability to make those kinds of responses?
We've
They're
learned.
the
though,
ones
you
that
know,
have the ability to think. That's why they're where they are.
I think it's more than that. I think it's not just that, but we've navigated enough conversations, groups, events, gatherings where there are wild-eyed, fever-riddled TDS sufferers. And we know that we need to probably try to be diplomatic in this situation in order to maintain harmony, to decrease the level of discord that's probably going to happen if someone even says, hey, I really like that new legislation that passed, or anything, right? You can't say anything whatsoever political around certain people without them becoming unhinged. So you've just learned, you know what? I'm going to vote the way I'm going to vote. And I don't necessarily have to share my opinion all the time about it, because sometimes people get super bent out of shape about it.
Yeah.
Now, we don't do that
I just
here,
want to talk about
obviously.
fucking movies.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Indeed.
But you better not like the Sydney Sweeney movies, pal. Or the not Frasier, Kelsey Grammer. Better not like him either.
Oh yeah, that just came. He just was very vocal a couple days ago, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, they asked him and he said it. And
Yeah.
you know, Gene Simmons is not really a Trump fan. I mean, that's the truth of the matter is he was just being diplomatic and smart and
I don't
courteous.
care if you are or not. That's the beauty of it, is I
Yeah.
don't want to know. Right? Like, that's what they've forgotten. He's not wrong. And everything he said, that's the stuff I've said 100 times over, is like, when I was growing up, we were taught, you know, keep it to yourself. It's your own business. If somebody asks you and you don't want to tell them, they don't have the right to bother you about it.
That's right.
Right?
Don't ask.
To
don't
me, it
tell.
was treated like it was just as private as what you do in a voting booth is what you do in a bathroom stall. So yeah, like, I don't know. It just, to me, the whole thing is silly. I didn't even know I was walking into this morning. But good morning, everybody.
We're still in
Yeah,
the super
good morning.
chats, Tom. Glad you're here.
Yeah,
figured.
exactly. And speaking of super chats and good morning, DS Ford sent $100 saying, Tom, I hope YouTube get this shit together soon. All the best to you.
Wow.
Yes, thank you so much.
Very
Your guys' support, the outpouring has been amazing. I'm so humbled. I don't even know what to say other than thank you. Just yeah, and there's been so much support already on PayPal, stuff like that. So thank you guys for everything you've done. Thank you for the signal boosting. You know, it's been crappy considering, for those who don't know what the heck, you know, DS Ford's talking about here. YouTube decided in its infinite wisdom on the 10th that it was going to demonetize Midnight Edge After Dark. And best I can understand is it's because of a channel that is pretty much dead, that I haven't used since I've been a part of Midnight's Edge
Yeah.
After Dark.
But it's still
Yeah.
connected to like the same overall profile that Midnight's Edge After Dark is connected to.
Correct.
Yeah.
But just to be clear, most people have been asking, no, this does not affect the main channel,
No.
as of now anyway. You know,
Yeah,
we can never
we'll
say what's
see.
going to happen tomorrow.
Should
but
never
You
have
never
started
know,
a
so-
body dismemberment channel.
Well, can't help it. I
That
got
was a
hobbies.
mistake.
You're just jealous I got hobbies.
And a lifetime supply of chlorine.
Well, that's what you need to clean up blood, or the cops will find
Yeah,
out.
that's true.
Yeah, indeed.
Now
And
they're getting
DS
smarter
Ford-
and they're looking for the bleach.
Yeah. DS Ford has also been a member for 49 months, and we are glad to have you. And Pilgrim Media says, I saw Kiss a year after the Mine Douglas show.
Hiked
Now,
up
this
with
is
me.
something that, by the way, is going to annoy me forever. Several times in my life, I had the opportunity to go see Kiss live, but it was at the time when I didn't fully appreciate what they were and their legacy and importance on the evolution of music. Like, for instance, I'm a huge Rammstein fan. Wouldn't be any Rammstein without Kiss. And so I didn't appreciate them enough when I had the chance to see them, and I didn't go. I'm going to regret that forever. And yeah, I know that we'll be getting like a newly restored AI version of Kiss or something like that, because they sold off the entire enterprise to some like AI experience bullshit thing coming in the next few years or something.
Gene ain't dumb.
Who cares? No, of course. I mean, that was how he was able to squeeze out a few $100 million more while the getting was still good. So he's been a marketing genius the entire time. Absolutely. But yeah, so I missed out
Kiss
on
coffins and condoms now.
that. Yeah.
And here's
Sorry.
Polly.
Hey.
Hey, Bully.
Chris, if you're muted.
Oh.
No, not you.
Chris
is.
is muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. This means Pilgrim Media would have seen Kiss in 1974. That was like right after their second ever television appearance. That's the Mike Douglas show.
Is that the one where that woman was talking to Gene about, oh, he's just a nice little Jewish boy or something like that? Is that the one?
I'm not sure if that's the one or not, but I know it's the first time anybody in the band had ever been interviewed. So yeah, maybe she had like the colorful sweater shawl thing over. She's sitting there next to Gene, and yeah, I mean, I think that was the same one. I think they were having some good fun. You can find it on YouTube.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, because I remember seeing that way. And then let's get into the topics at hand. We had a couple of trailers drop. We had Street Fighter. We'll get into that shortly here. But first, let's get into Supergirl, the big trailer that dropped yesterday, and what everyone thinks about that.
There was a Supergirl trailer?
Yeah, there was. Go check it out while I go through the super chats.
No, I already saw it. I was just kidding.
Hypergiver 2 says for $5, not interested in Guardians of the Supergirl at all. Makes me glad I skipped Super Meh. Zack Snyder still sucks, so don't get any wrong ideas. Yeah, you can dislike both iterations at the same time. No problem.
No, you can't. If you have to like one or the other, Andre. That's the rules according to Twitter.
How'd you guys like the Doomsday trailer?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the one that didn't come. And then also, before we get into our opinions, DOA says for $4.99, remember Snyder Bros. This is her first ad movie. Her character isn't fully developed. She'll become the Supergirl we know later on. Sound familiar? Yeah, we'll get into exactly what that means. And Packing Proton says she looks like a female Star-Lord in the thumbnail. So yeah, with that, we'll get there are more super chats on Supergirl. We'll get to them after the main topic here. But gentlemen, you all saw the Supergirl trailer. I liked it myself. It's very Guardians of the Galaxy, but I love Guardians of the Galaxy. This looks cool. Like the half-a-second tease of Lobo. Looking forward to it. But I know someone that isn't. So let's begin with Marvin's thoughts right away. Let's see
I hated this.
if others agree with me or with him.
I hated this. I hated every second of it. It starts with them literally pissing on Superman. It's just derivative James Gunn nonsense, and James Gunn didn't even make it. Like, it shows me that literally everything in this DCU is going to look like James Gunn made it, whether he made it or not. I don't care about her being a sloppy fall down drunk. Looks like they're doing Lone Wolf and Cub with her picking up this like doe-eyed girl who's gonna follow her around and be like, oh, what's Superman like? And of course she's the girl boss hero, so she's got to be like, he sucks. He sees the hope in everyone. I see the truth. I was just get out of here with this nihilistic nonsense. I can't stand it. I don't. And I was already set off by Truth, Justice, whatever. Because, if James Gunn hadn't made such a big deal over Truth, Justice, and the Human Way in the Superman movie or the lead up to it,
To be fair, did he really make a big deal out of it, or did we make a big deal out of it?
We probably made
I
a big
would say
deal
the
about it because it
latter.
was on like the official merchandise and stuff like that. But yeah, I did not like it. I thought it was nothing about this. The only cool moment was Lobo looked perfect for the split second that we saw him. I thought Lobo looked great. More him.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I look forward to the movie the most is Lobo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much where I'm at with it. I'm still gonna see it. There's no like excitement for me to see it. I'm almost like
Yeah.
dreading it.
Yeah.
She's just like a female Star-Lord. So
Yeah. Polly, are you excited? Does this look like it has merit on its own, or is it just another female Star-Lord?
I'm not excited. I mean, but it looked pretty good. You know, it's definitely a good teaser, and I really like Millie. And if you like the gun, the reverence of gun. I mean, it's in there. If you don't, I get it. Yeah, we'll get more Lobo, and that's really all I got. I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
that's not, I could see people loving it, and I can see people hating it. I'm
So
kind of
fairly.
at the
so
right now.
so far-
I'm in the middle.
So far, we have one positive, one negative, one neutral. Chris, how about you?
I'm with Marvin. I mean, it's just the same James Gunn flavor. And I'm not quite sold on Millie. I would have been okay, I think, if the trailer at some point had given us a flash of maybe Millie's character becoming hopeful or something. But I mean, the whole thing was just grimy. And one of Bleeding Fool's followers was like, if everything is this deconstruction or subverting expectations, then nothing is, right? Because the baseline is for DCU what James Gunn has set the baseline at, and so everything James Gunn is going to have kind of this party girl antics. The marketing team doesn't know what they're selling, and I agree. Just starting out with Crypto pissing on news about Superman. That is your debut, right?
I will admit that is a very, very bad start that I reacted to as well.
Yeah.
And however they intended that, it is going to be taken in the worst way possible.
Yeah.
Regardless of what they may have meant about it. I agree. That was a blunder. That shot shouldn't be, definitely not in the trailer. If there's a wider context in the movie, but having that in the trailer is insane.
I will say I love the poster. I thought the poster was great. The whatever is fine. I mean, it's Tank Girl type stuff. I don't know. It didn't seem like, bring back CBS season 1 Supergirl. So far, I like it better. I don't know. Maybe I'm just an old stodgy old man stuck in my ways. And I don't want that new James Gunn flavor and fun. James Gunn's the new stuff, and I'm about the old stuff. That's me. Oh, there's
basically.
James.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Hey, Scribe, good to see you. Yeah,
Nice to see you
James
guys.
Gunn needs to get off your lawn. Is what you're saying then? Yeah.
Yes. So you said in the chat, it looked like Hancock, and that's exactly it.
Yeah.
It felt like
It just
Hancock.
looked like a Supergirl version of Hancock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good
Yeah.
observation.
Yeah.
And another person pointed out in our comment section that Millie actually looks like she was separated at birth from the feral boy from Road Warrior, Mad Max.
She also,
I'm gonna
looks like
drop
she's,
that.
she also looks like she's 13
Yeah, very young looking. Yeah.
and is drinking flaming shots in a bar. So
Initially I didn't think that. I thought she, I've seen Millie in other pictures and stuff in Game of Thrones. I thought she had sort of an elfish look about her that might work for this, but they had her hair all. And this being the teaser, they might do something more, but I don't know that I'll ever forget the opening of the dog pissing on Superman. So I don't know.
I won't get over that anytime soon.
And
also,
the fact is, this is all based on a Tom King comic book
yes,
called Woman of Tomorrow, and Tom King that is his shtick. Deconstruct a superhero and make them at their worst and all the things. I mean, he's done it now with Green Lantern. He did it with Vision. He's every time he does.
To be fair, though, when he does that, he also shows them at their best too. Like with Green Lantern, like throughout the whole movie, he's a dickhole, and then he realizes he can't just sit back and let things happen, because that's kind of the whole point of Superman, is that he inspires everybody around him.
But in the Tom King version, he's a stalker.
Oh, that part maybe. I don't know. I don't listen. I don't read comics.
No,
anymore,
that's what I'm getting at. This is
that was the point. Yeah.
Yeah, this specific.
I agree.
The movie
Like
aspect of it.
that Tom King is being used at all is horrible freaking optics.
Yeah,
There's
it's a red flag.
no defense of that. But yeah, before we have the rest of the established panel, Scribelight, it's a pleasure to have you on. Let's begin with your thoughts on the Supergirl trailer.
Well, I think Guardians of the Galaxy 4 looks great. I think that, like you say, we have to start off by undercutting the heroics of a hero. Why is she wearing the super suit in the first place if she's so laissez-faire about her role? And it looked more like some kind of, I mean, many people have said it looks like some kind of CW takeoff or something. And I didn't realize that Gunn wasn't directing it at first, because I think I forgot that somewhere in the scope of things. But as soon as it opens up with a dog pissing on the newspaper, I'm thinking to myself, this is a superhero story that kids are going to be watching. And I couldn't help, and I know this isn't an exact comparison, but just the gross out shock value in contrast to the rest of the material around it, I couldn't help but think of Peacemaker, where suddenly we have full frontal nudity everywhere on a show that is related tangentially to what is promoted for children. And now you've got this shock thing, and then it never comes up again. I don't know, why do we have to have gross out stuff with our superhero thing? Is that just to contrast ourselves with Marvel? We still have that edgy core to us because we're DC or something? I don't know. It turned me off immediately. It didn't matter what else was going on in the trailer. That's the first thing that I see. Like, ew. Like, what is this supposed to be to me? And I don't know anything about the history of Tom King except tangentially from you guys. I've never really read DC Comics to any great degree except for old Batman comics. So it didn't do anything to say to me, this is something that I want to go see in the theater. I'm going to wait and see what people say about it, and if I ever decide to watch it, it'll be on streaming somewhere. That was about my reaction.
I think that's a very fair reaction.
Yeah,
I'm sure she's going to throw up in this too. I mean, James Gunn likes the body humor type stuff, right? You got your dog peeing, and I mean, we've all seen Peacemaker. So it's just, I don't know, sort of this grimy lived-in world. I'm just wondering how DC is going to sell it, because, she's a party girl. They're going to have to make it PG-13 though, so they can't glamorize her being, a drunk too much. But of course, you don't want to make the movie, or drug use. God, I don't know if she's using drugs too. You don't want to make the movie sort of her recovery journey, right? That's not going to sell toys.
Yeah, you don't want Demon in a Bottle.
No.
Or Intervention, the superhero movie.
Yeah, and now will she have a love interest? Will it be a male? Will he be a white male? I mean,
will it be 10?
Will he be a
Lobo.
white?
It's going to be Lobo.
Heaven forbid. I'd love Shadows in a Tom's Jerry.
I would too, because we've got the tic-tac-toe right here already.
Yeah. Chato, I know that we agreed a little bit on the trailer, didn't we? Or am I misremembering?
No, I was fine. I found it intriguing, and I'd go watch it based on that. Really, my problem with the opening and the pissing is going to be different from your guys. Is that to do that, you needed 100% CG. That had to be 100% CG to do all that. And I went, okay.
How do you know it wasn't? You mean it had to be worse CG?
No, I mean, you have the dog.
Yeah.
The dog is hitting the record player. The room that it's in would have to be CG. So it's all CG. I went, okay, why it's not a CG movie. Like that's
Okay. Oh yeah, I see.
it's not an animated movie. Why are we starting with this? You know, the dog. I mean, the dog's well done, but it's not Scooby Doo. And it's I didn't care about pissing on Superman. It's like who gives a fuck? Like really. But what bothered me was, why are we starting with animation? It's all. I mean, it's it's a funny thing to say. A superhero movie that feels faker than fake. I do agree with the notion that this feels like Hancock. I didn't think of that, and I loved Hancock.
I did
I
too.
thought that was fantastic. I'm not was never a huge fan of Supergirl in the comics, only because it was the same thing over and over again, and she was a goody two shoes. And to tell you the truth, the DC range of characters interested me the least compared to Marvel at the time. To me, you had one interesting character, Batman. Batman to me, and Batman, ironically, was the most Marvel of all the DC characters.
You know what, Chad? I think that it was one of the biggest mistakes is that they launched this without a Batman in place. Like Batman should have been the second movie.
Yeah, I think so too. But overall, I'm really looking forward to it. It looks fun. It actually looks more coherent and hopefully less schizophrenic than Superman. Superman had, 8 more storylines than it should have had. So I don't like Superman at all.
Yeah, Tom.
Well, I mean, Andre and I really don't want to make friends with the audience at this point because I didn't have the problems everybody else did, but I also can understand why people are reacting the way they are. I'm also kind of in the same boat as Paul. Like I've said it before, I hate redundant characters. And to me, any something girl is just that. And Supergirl in the comics, there's part of me that's going this was a no-win scenario no matter which way you cut it. Because if she was the Supergirl of the comics that we're used to, she'd be this goody two shoes, good at everything, perfect, and that's kind of where I understand why they're doing this, at least in my opinion, is because it's to contrast Superman. Because Superman is the big blue Boy Scout now. He's not the stoic, dark, emo, super Jesus that we become used to from Snyder. And people need to remember that that's the way the big blue Boy Scout is pretty much the way he's been portrayed most of his life. Right. And in that, to have her kind of be the antithesis of that makes more sense to me, and her having to learn how to be a hero. Because let's face it, that's what this whole movie, like I kind of hinted at that before, and I can see that's probably what's going to happen in this movie, is she's going to be this fuck up drunk, depressed from losing her family and life, and she's going to have to deal with somebody like Lobo and this girl to realize how to be responsible and grow up. Right. So that's probably going to be the whole point of the movie. Do I have a problem with that? No. But I agree with you guys. Should this have been the second movie out the gate? No, it should have been Batman. Like, this makes absolutely no sense to me. If anything, this should be like a TV show.
Movie out the gate.
This should be a fucking TV show.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, Supergirl she's one of the more well-known of these characters, but it's just because she's the first. And she's been around the longest. And honestly, she's nothing more than Superman with tits. And that's the thing that I dislike about all these characters. Whether it's Batgirl or any of the other ones, and even Batgirl at least has a little bit more of a background to her and reason to exist compared to the other ones. But I've always hated redundant characters. This is why I hate Miles Morales. It's not because he's black. It's because we already got one, right? We don't need another one. And then before you know it, everybody's got spider powers. It's just like the Flash. Like, how many speedsters can we have on this show already before Flash is no longer special? And that's kind of where we're getting with these redundant characters. I agree with you guys. This was not the place to go. If not, it should have just been a TV series. But overall, I didn't have an issue with the trailer. I like James Gunn's humor and style, even though I know he had nothing to do with directing this. I agree with you guys. It clearly has his fingerprints all over it.
Totally.
But I do got to remind people that what we refer to as Marvel humor is not what he did in Guardians of the Galaxy. It was the shit Taika Waititi and everybody else did to try to emulate him. That's what everybody needs to remember. Now, again, I'm not defending Superman again or anything like that. I know in our circles, it's not a very popular film. And I don't think this is going to be a very popular film. I can already see all the gripes that everybody's going to have with it. And at the end of the day, I might dislike it too. But from what I see in the trailer, I'm kind of like with Paul and Andre on this. I'm not going to hate on it till I see it because I don't give that much shit about Supergirl. And I think people really hold that original one up on too high of a pedestal. I got to remind people how bad of a movie the 1984 Supergirl is. It is a bad movie. It's almost unwatchable. It's so bad that it's good, like The Room watchable. That's where it's at in the pantheon of everything. But
yeah,
anyhow, that's all I have to say about Supergirl.
So my question though is, with this looking like it's a James Gunn movie, even though James Gunn didn't make it, is everything then going to look like a James Gunn movie up to and including a Batman movie? Because that Batman cannot look like a James Gunn movie. It just can't. It doesn't work.
Well, I mean, the Batman movie will be darker, but it all has to fit within this overall aesthetic.
Well, it'll probably be a Batman
visually.
with the T-Rex in the fucking Bat Cave and a big ass.
I want my giant penny. If there's no giant penny, it's not Batman. I'm sorry.
I have a feeling that's the Batman we're gonna get, and that's where people are gonna fucking freak out. Is he gonna still be a bit of a hard ass? Yes, but he's gonna be Batman more in the lines of Batman the Animated Series / Justice League. I bet.
As long as
mixed with a little bit of a twist.
As long as the score is filled with hits from 1971 to 1980, I'm fine.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what we need. Batman putting.
Well, you gotta get the Danny Elfman score. Let's be real.
We may just be looking at this, and it was James Gunn marketing, but that's not necessarily the movie. Maybe they just really leaned into sort of this James Gunn era, and Act 2 and Act 3 are totally different. I would have been okay if it was less about pissing on Superman, but more about you could disagree with the approach that Kal-El takes without going that far. Like, at least you kept it on the paper.
Well, everybody's got to quit treating it like Supergirl is the one pissing on him. See, that's the thing people need to remember. Like, Krypto is a very undisciplined dog.
I know. It wasn't her. She didn't wipe her butt.
I know, but everybody keeps acting that way, and I'm just kind of like, wait a minute.
Well, here's why. Because whoever is producing this movie and putting it out there, they're the ones that wanted that on the screen.
Right.
So whether the dog does it, whether she does it.
Yeah, but it's still, at the same time, I can look, if anybody who has ever had a dog, especially one that's not trained well, this is what you got, and that's kind of like she's a reflection of Supergirl.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's what I got from the movie, the first one.
There's a perception with female superheroes now that the only way Hollywood puts them over is by tearing down an established male hero. We saw it with Ironheart, where she.
I know, but you guys, I know what you're saying, though. But here's the thing: is they're tearing her down, and that's what nobody is seeing here. They're tearing her down. She is a horrible fucking dog owner. She is every one of these teenagers who decide they're going to get a fucking dog and don't know how to take care of it.
But Chato,
that's what it is.
Chato
that's
brought
exactly
that up.
what it was. Yeah. And
you're
Superman, on the other
right.
hand,
And that's
the 2 hours that he's with him in the first Superman movie, guess what? Krypto listens, he sits, and he does exactly what Superman fucking tells him to do. But Supergirl, on the other hand, she's a horrible fucking owner. She's horrible at it.
Well,
it's tearing her down, not him.
And a terrible family member. That's the whole point of this.
Yeah.
This
on top of it. No, and I'm not trying to yell at Marvin, but that's kind of thing that's been bothering me for a while. Is like, people forget that.
But that's where. But that's what I'm saying. That's where it comes from, though, because people have their shields up for this now.
Correct.
So any sniff of it, and they're going to go
argument, though.
The first thing that popped into my head when Krypto peed on the newspaper was,
don't say it.
The dog needed to go out, and she was too drunk and irresponsible to actually take.
What does
the
she
dog
say?
out.
What does she say? She says, "Oh, at least you made it on the paper this time." Mostly.
That's right. That's right. So how many
This her
times
being
does
lazy
she let
as
the
fuck.
dog? How many times does she let the dog defecate and pee in this house? Like the only thing that's left is actually a zap collar. That's all.
Now, if people want to get into the whole thing about this is not the Supergirl that's presenting, honor, which what she was all about back in the comic books, I can understand that. But then I'm just sitting here going, do we need another goody goody two shoes in this universe already?
No, we don't need that. But
Yeah.
she could at least know how to get up to take the dog out for a walk.
Well, no, but the point, Paul, we were making is that everybody's like acting like, they're tearing down Superman when it's like, no, she's the one that they're tearing down.
I didn't get that at all.
I didn't get that at all.
Yeah.
And I think I actually like what Chato said. This is probably gonna be a more coherent, a to beginning, middle, and end story than Superman. I like Superman, but I get your point, and it has to take that because it can't be another wackadoo Superman.
Yeah.
And they'll complement each other. I'm looking for, like I said, I'm looking forward to the trailer. Good little teaser, but I could see why people hate it. Whatever.
I don't think anyone is saying that like, oh, it's Supergirl pissing on Superman. If they're saying it's James Gunn pissing on Superman.
Well, it's the creator
To a
of the
point,
the film
maybe.
trying to send a very lazy message to the audience. This isn't your father's Superman or something, because it
Yeah.
reminded me a little bit of, remember Titans? Remember when the Titan show came out and in the first trailer you had
F
Nightwing
Batman.
going,
Yeah.
F Batman. It's like, okay, never mind all that goody two-shoes stuff. This is a different kind of superhero.
Mhm. Yeah, 100%. You're right.
I mean, I see both sides of it, but it just didn't appeal to me. I suspect, though, that this AA commercial is representative of a very small part of the overall film, because they're not going to make this a recovery journey for
It
Superman.
kind of will be, I think, Chris.
You think so? Okay.
I think
it
so.
will be.
Because the whole reason, it's going to get down to the whole reason why she is this way. And the reason
Yeah.
why she's this way, let's be real, is she just lost her entire life. Because it was we got to remind people, Kal-El was a little baby when he left. He has zero memory of anything that happened. She does, though. And I can understand where she's acting out this way, especially at the age she's at, right?
Yeah.
But
One of
it's
the
how
things
they
we
handle
see-
it.
One of the things, Tom, we see in the trailer is I think it looks like we see Kandor being taken.
Yes.
And so if that's the case, do we see Brainiac in this?
Yeah,
And
it's setting it up.
or is this going to bridge directly into Man of Tomorrow? Because because I've seen it done before where like Kandor being taken is the impetus that like sets Krypton like on the to be unstable, to explode.
Yeah.
So if Brainiac is the reason for Krypton being destroyed, that adds a whole new layer to the personal beef in Man of Tomorrow.
Boy,
which
I
could
know
be fun.
nothing about this.
I think it will be. And that's kind of where and this is where Andre and I said they should do what they did in the 90s animated Superman TV series, because that pretty much handled everything perfectly. And that's basically
totally.
what they did there. Not exactly the same, but along those lines, where basically Brainiac was a part of what was going on.
Yeah.
And
In
he
the
was
animated
keeping
series, Brainiac was a computer system on Krypton.
Yes,
in the
yes.
animated series, instead
and
of
he
being
kept
one.
it from Jor-El that the planet was going to explode, but I think he also exacerbated it and made it go faster.
Yeah, and then
So,
he,
like,
and then
yeah.
he ejected himself into.
Yeah. Yeah. So like if they would have done, I have a feeling it'll be something along those lines, Marvin. I think you're right. I think it will be setting up Brainiac for Man of Tomorrow, but hopefully he sets it up in a way that you don't have to have seen Supergirl to see Man of Tomorrow. That's the big question. Because at least with Peacemaker, I don't feel like anybody who didn't see Peacemaker is missing out on anything.
He said that you didn't have to see Peacemaker after saying that Peacemaker was the lead-in to Man of Tomorrow. He said that you didn't have to see it. Or
What?
I'm seeing they're saying in a super chat that it's Argo City and not Kandor.
It could be.
It's very possible that it could be Argo. I've heard someone else say that it's Argo City.
Soul Nightmare sent in 2 to say that's Argo City, not Kandor. Zor-El saves it. I can see that.
I could see that too. But I mean, Kandor has to be taken. The bottle city of Kandor, we've never seen that in a film before. So
Krypton would have survived if they hadn't forced EV cars on everyone.
Yeah.
What's the thumbs up, thumbs down ratio on the trailer right now?
I mean, it was overwhelmingly positive. I think last time I looked,
Sure.
it did not get like a dislike ratio.
You should have had
campaign.
the teaser open up with Crypto taking a poo-poo, number 2, on the newspaper, and then there's a line, Crypto, you're acting like a Krypton. Ha-cha-cha.
James Gunn said
That was a long-
316,000.
I know.
That's the AI joke.
That was a
right
scenic route to a punchline right there.
I'm
Yeah.
trying, guys. I'm
I
trying.
love you, Polly, but
That's a Norm Macdonald punch.
now if Norm did it though, it would have been funny. Krypton, more like Krypton.
So the moth went into the therapist's office.
Hey, let's see what you guys are saying about it in the chat here.
Call
because
called
we
it
have
poop
quite a
again.
few super chats. Yeah.
He called it poop again.
Soul Nightmare says for $10, Krypton didn't die in a day. It was hit with every natural disaster imaginable while the core was turning into kryptonite. Then the same happened to Argo City before the shield was breached.
Mm.
So yeah, thanks
All
for
this lore.
for that,
All this lore.
Where's Argo
comic-
City?
comic
Is
history.
that another planet?
No, it's on Krypton. It's
on
the other
Krypton.
big city on Krypton. But
It's the hippie city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soul Nightmare also says, save for some minor aesthetic changes, Supergirl looks faithful to Woman of Tomorrow, I guess, which I surprisingly liked, and I'm not a Tom King fan at all.
I haven't read Woman of Tomorrow. I think I just read a little bit of. I'm going to read it again before this movie comes out, but I don't think she was a drunk in that, was she? I think she was more like stoic and violent.
She was
See,
gay.
that's what makes me wonder how much they're actually going to take from that comic. Right? Like, and I've said that too. Like, it's got Lobo in it. Lobo's not even in that comic. Like, so we'll see here. Like, it may just borrow part of the storyline and that's it.
Yeah, maybe. Then Jason Webster says for $5 Australian, the Supergirl trailer was a waste of a good Blondie song. They turned Supergirl into Amber Heard. Well, it was the dog and not Supergirl herself taking the dump.
You
But
know, that's
like you have like James Gunn's Budley humor. She may take a dump over the course of the movie. We don't know.
You know what?
Amber Turd was in Zack Snyder's latest Instagram post where he tried to rile everyone up about him coming back.
He's posted a few pictures of her. But that's one of my biggest complaints of the trailer right there. Let's quit using Blondie in trailers. I swear, Blondie's Call Me and the other
they're
one.
probably very cheap to get, bro.
They are, I'm sure, but they're in like almost every fucking trailer with a bad bitch in it. All the way back to Bride of Chucky.
It's Deborah Harry in Blondie.
It's like, oh my god, can we quit using Blondie in fucking trailers already? This is getting old.
It's a badass song though. So
It is, but it's been overused as shit.
It's used a
Like,
lot.
to
in
go
this
all the
script.
way back to like Bride of Chucky even.
I like the song.
I do too. I used to.
Get one of those bands that was in Grizzly 2. Like they're actual the actual Norwegian bands, Andre. Get one of those songs.
There you go.
That song was originally in the
Scrap
Gigolo.
that.
What was it? The Richard Gere.
Yeah, American Gigolo.
American Gigolo,
That's
yeah.
Call Me. Heart of Glass is another one that's used quite a bit. Too,
I
yeah.
think they need to go back to Disney catalog. Daniel Boone.
Oh, I love it.
Listen to a story
See,
about a man named Jed.
that's the music they need to go back to.
Well, what happened to like the Tarantino James Gunn tradition of
Kind of
resurrecting slightly popular pop songs from 40 years ago and then making them popular again instead of going back to familiar standards?
Familiar standards.
All their
exactly.
minions have emulated them over the last two decades. Problem.
He at least did with one or two of the songs in Guardians 3, even though that was the lesser of the soundtracks. But I agree with you. Like, what the heck here, man? Like, some of these, Superman
it's
even.
true that in Guardians 1, the song choices were almost, for me, 100% really good. Guardians 2, I don't like them.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Guardians 2 quite a bit. 3 is where it starts to taper off a bit because you got some of the more modern stuff in there. Because of
I
this.
didn't like what was in 2.
But like Since You've Been Gone and stuff like that was great. That's exactly what you're talking about. Like the lesser known remembered hits. It's like you hear it and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that song.
Well, Tarantino though, had an AM tinge to him with his hits.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you're
Reservoir
right.
Dogs soundtrack is one of my favorite soundtracks of all time.
Yeah.
It's just
Hands
so
down,
good.
great
Oh,
That's an
soundtrack.
yeah.
interesting take.
Jackie Brown.
Oh yeah, but
Jackie Brown's great too.
I think From Dusk Till Dawn though was the greatest mix of some of those AM songs and original songs.
I say most of those were original.
Yeah, they were. Tito and the Tarantulas.
I would like to hear more funk. Bring some wild
Bring
cherry.
the funk.
You
Yes.
got that in Jackie Brown.
Doesn't get funkier than Jungle Boogie.
That's
Jungle
true.
Boogie.
Yeah,
You
that's
know.
pretty good.
What you talking about? What you talking about, boy?
Yeah.
I love me
You got
some funk.
Yeah,
you need to
there's
get some
great
Bootsy
funk.
Collins in the soundtrack.
That's
Bootsy.
right. Bootsy.
Nice.
All right. So where are we at the super chat?
Yeah, we are
Funky-
attacking Protons, who says for
funky,
$5.
Hollywood.
Melissa Benoist
Funky
was
Broadway.
the perfect
That's what we
modern
need to hear.
Supergirl, but her show was horrible. I did not care for season 1 like so many others did and gave up on it.
Yeah,
And
that
then
show.
Soul Nightmare Yeah, carry on, Martin.
I was going to say that show started out promising and then just became complete identity politics by the end of it. It was
it's awful.
There you go.
First couple seasons were okay.
Yeah, and they introduced one of my favorite Lex Luthors of all time with John Cryer. He was fantastic, and then they turned him into just like a straight up like misogynist character by the end of it. Like when he first showed up, I was like, cool, this is the Lex Luthor that I like. And then they devolved him over time.
Yeah, promoting Lenny Luthor to Lex Luthor was great. Didn't he play? Wasn't that his name, Lenny, in the Christopher Reeve movie?
Yeah.
Why do you have this up, Tom?
Because it's true. Reverend Shaw says this panel is so white, and the irony of ironies is that it's what's his face from Footloose. Oh God, I just forgot the actor's name.
John Lithgow.
John Lithgow.
John Lithgow. Yeah.
That's Reverend
So I heard
Shaw.
it in his voice. Yeah.
Well, if we didn't have Paulie here, I mean, good grief.
Did we get this one yet, Andre? This is the one that's on top of my list.
I am not a
No, we
registered
have not
white
gotten to
person.
that.
So I don't know if there's anything before this, but M. Miller says F4 flopped on Disney Plus and was super boring. Supergirl looks like it's going to be a ton of fun and clearly a buddy comedy. My most anticipated film of the DC slate. Well, there's somebody out in the audience that's looking forward to
I
it.
may have liked this trailer a lot more if we had gotten some interactions with her and Lobo. I'm sure that's coming in the full trailer.
Yeah.
But it's
This is
not
just
a
a teaser.
trailer, Marvin. It's not a
teaser
trailer.
right now.
It was kind of a I mean, the thing is, the dog peeing thing, I don't care. But I thought, okay, this is juvenile. I thought was my thought, and CG, as I
Bingo.
mentioned. Like I like, what kind of children did they need to be to pick that as their opening? I mean,
Well,
That's James Gunn. Poo poo pee pee ha.
I guess so.
Tom, what's going on? You do?
Still that.
Ay.
Did we miss a super chat that was on screen or no?
Yes, we did, because there
Okay,
was
bring
I
it
was
back
about to read before it was removed there.
That was my fault.
Yeah, I have to find it, but in the
Okay, well, you're
because
looking
there's
for that one.
quite a list here.
Dark King says, it was my birthday yesterday.
Oh.
Could I please get a happy birthday message from Mr. Canoehead?
Oh.
Unfortunately, Bat Tom got demonetized, so he's sulking in the Batcave for the foreseeable future. This is true.
Dark Knight, taste Gunnels. Happy birthday,
You can't say Gunnels on TV.
Gunwalls. No one knows how to spell it.
Gunnels?
Gunnels. No one knows how to spell Gunnels.
Gunnels?
Nope. Gunwalls. Gunwal.
Oh. Okay.
There you go.
Well,
So, Andre, did you find the one that we were looking for?
I'll stick with
No, not yet.
Okay. While you're looking, we got Walter Tomaszewski, who's been a member for 14 months. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. And then here we go, Drew Tipton. If you want some good human-made content, check out the Snow Bear short that dropped this week, hand drawn over 3 years by veteran Disney animator Aaron Blaise. Tribute to his late wife. Oh, this is
Oh,
news
that
to me.
sounds nice.
Heard about this. I did hear about this. And Drew makes a good point.
Check it out.
Support more indie shorts and features. Period.
did you guys already start talking about the Disney OpenAI thing before I popped in?
Nope,
No.
we haven't. We should.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we're all fake.
Oh, by the way, you have to add an E and an S to Gun Whales. Sorry, I forgot that.
Oh, okay.
Gunwales. Gun
Gotcha.
walls. I just want, because people are gonna
Gunwalls.
pop up in the chat and
I think
Actually,
you're thinking about it
Paul.
more than anybody else is right now, just so you know.
I mean,
Technically,
it's
Marvin.
it's interesting to talk about the
No, it isn't.
movies that where's the note that I have here? So the Globe and Mail, our Canadian newspaper, picked their top 10 of the year. Of course, they had one battle after another as number one, but then they went Nirvana the band, Marty Supreme, If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, Mastermind, The Shrouds, Alpha, No Other Choice, We Are Storer, and F1. So, good on him for picking, I guess, what were in his mind the best movies of the year. But I've heard of two, saw one.
Half of
So
that
this
list
is-
sounds like the kind of movies you'd put into a movie about movies to make up movie trailers for fake movies.
Yeah, but the problem is this is endemic of why no one's coming to the theaters. Good for him. I'm sure they're brilliant films, but
He did put F1 on.
he did put but the point is, and the other one is going to be. I mean, there's no doubt that One Battle After Another is going to win the Academy Award. I mean, I don't.
God, I hate that movie.
I think
I never walked out of a theater hating the movie so much more than that
But
garbage.
the point is, this slate of movies is not a reason to get back into the theater. This is the problem. Like, great, I'm good. I'm really happy. So I mean, to
from
a
Canada,
certain
though, right?
degree, the independent movie business, I think, could be the savior to Hollywood, but we got to find a way to promote them, to bring them into the theater to actually watch them.
But this is a whole nother thing, guys, because a lot of lists from New York Times to LA Times to what you mentioned, it's the same problem. Like, sure, some of these are very commendable, very well done, works, but no one's seen them and no one's gonna see them.
Right? Do you think there's a certain snobbery, Paulie?
I think it's less that and more so now that independent films don't get the same platforms and outlets that they used to. I think it's because a lot of the movies that you're talking about get shoved to streaming now, and unless they get some kind of promotion behind them or some buzz behind them, they just get lost in the shuffle with everything else.
Well, the biggest red flag is you've got six or seven people on the panel here who are deeply invested in the entertainment industry, and I'm guessing that most everybody hasn't heard of or knows very little about most of the movies on that list. And if even the insiders, if the inside baseball people don't have a clue about it, that tells you how badly they've been marketed or been made known to people.
I almost dozed off when he was reading it.
But then there's like cinephile critics. Like I haven't heard most of those films, and I just saw Train Dreams the other night.
Yeah,
and that's a cinematic masterpiece, but it'll put you to sleep. But Joe Egerton, great performance. The whole he's been getting nominated, but again, beautiful cinema. Ain't no one gonna go see this. The problem is, Tom, is in my opinion, that the studios have pushed these as your big movies, and they're not. That's why all of these films bombed at the box office, even the ones you heard, Smash Machine, Sydney Sweeney's
well,
Christie.
in that respect, yes, because they're trying to make Oscar bait into mainstream movies, and that's never going to work.
Because
that's never going to work.
Listen,
ask Chris Gore about that, because he's somebody who sees all these movies.
That's what I'm. Yeah, and the Smash Machine. After seeing it, part of my critique was like, well, why would you ever market this like a feel-good movie? This is an art house movie.
The Sydney Sweeney movie had the same problem exactly.
Sydney Sweeney has the same problem. Yeah.
Wrong audience for the wrong movie. And again, this kind of is where it takes us back to Supergirl a little bit. And this is where I totally understand that everybody's going to have the reaction they're going to have to it. But at the same time, I kind of understand now why James Gunn's going the route he's going. He kind of saw through the trees that the superhero movie thing was done. Right. He said it himself. He was one of the first people to admit these movies are not going to make $600 million regardless anymore. He didn't even say $1 billion. He said 600 million. Right. So he knows that's like the ceiling on these things. And I think he's realized we're just going to have to start making them more for their niche, audiences. Now, granted, that may inflame some Snyder Bros, but here's the thing that most Snyder Bros don't realize. The Snyderverse has been dead for over a decade. Right? Like, that's the thing. And to get it started up again would cost ungodly amount of money. You'd have to move mountains to get all these people involved, right? And are you going to sit there and really deal with Amber Heard and Ezra Miller bitching that they're not a part of this? And do you want to really be the guy to have to go tell, Jason Momoa he's not going to be Lobo anymore? Like, there's all sorts of politics involved in this that, bless the Snyder Bros. I get it. Every time you smell something in the air with this Netflix sale or a Paramount sale, you think that some Saudi Arabian prince is going to come and save you and give you the Snyder cut. Again, I don't understand why you think that's ever going to happen, but hey, if it happens, cool. The chances of that happening are so fucking slim that at this point, there's probably a better chance of, like Disney buying Warner Brothers and that happening. But this being said, at this point, I agree with all you guys. there used to be an inlet and an out, a way for people to kind of. I would watch like Roger Ebert and Siskel and Ebert, and I would find out about a lot of these indie films. Because otherwise, you're not wrong. They've always kind of been treated like the stepchild, unless they thought they had one that it was Oscar bait. But like they're getting behind like these movies that they constantly think are going to win Oscars. Well, and they may win Oscars, but guess what? The audience doesn't give a shit about Oscars anymore. That's the other problem.
Well, the thing is, if they show a movie in the forest and no one's there, is it a movie?
Well,
And
you know
exactly.
what we're missing? Video stores. Remember when people got together,
bingo.
video stores, browsing things together, word
yeah.
of mouth, community, getting to. I mean, I worked at a video store. Someone would come in
I agree
and
with you.
be looking for. I just made a comment the other day. They were releasing a 4K version of Somewhere in Time with Christopher Reeve.
Yep.
And I remember when I was at the video store, guys would come in and say, "Hey, I need a good like romantic date night movie," and I was like, "This is the one. If you haven't seen this, this is the one. Just take it.
One that
Your
you
girl
can
will love
actually
it."
sit through. Yeah.
Yeah, and but then people would discuss things, and you'd pass it on. There's no water cooler for cinematic discussion anymore because everything's just on streaming. You click through it or you just scroll past it, and nobody talks about those things anymore. So those films don't have any. They got no legs because nobody's there to talk about them. There's off
it makes
somewhere
me
in some
wonder-
art house.
I know physical media has had a little bit of an uptick in the last year or so because of all the people are starting to understand what streaming is really all about. But I think it's too little too late. I don't think it's ever going to be like the vinyl revolution was. But all that came upon us because you had an entire generation grow up without physical music. And music was treated as disposable. And the first time they actually, had an album in their hands, they had the same experience we had as kids when, you saved up your allowance and you bought your first album, whether it was a Kiss album or a Beatles album, depending on how old you are, on the panel, just throwing out randomness here. But like that meant something, right? Like there was something about that. Like when you opened it up and you had that in your hands and you put it on the turntable or you got your first CD or your first cassette, depending on how old you are, there was something about that. There was that tangibility to it and you were a part of something. And, people would, lend, swap albums and stuff. That's how you got to listen to new music. And there was a community around it. There isn't that anymore for music. And the same thing is happening to movies. We've been saying this for a while.
Right.
When you go on Netflix, you don't go in like with an idea of like, I want to watch something like this. You just go in there and you just dead scroll for hours, right? And you don't know what to watch because there's too many choices or there's not enough choices or what you're looking for isn't there. To where you guys are right. Like, I spent many a year working in video stores, and I was always that guy that they would go to and go like, what do you recommend for like this? And I would be like, oh, well, you could do this or that, blah, 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 blah. And that is what's missing is that experience, that camaraderie. And I think that's why this community exists, right? Because even before COVID happened and it ballooned, a lot of what I felt and what I loved about doing the job here on the panel like we do is that we just got to talk about movies, right? Because it was the kind of thing I would just sit there and do and wax with my buddies at the video store about between customers, right? We would literally talk shit like in the movie Clerks. Like we would sit there and have those conversations like, do you really think about what it would have been like to be a contract worker on the Death Star when it blew up? Yeah, that had to fucking suck. Like you had nothing to do with any of this crap, like that's the kind of conversations we would have. But instead, we don't have those conversations anymore. It's more about politics. It's more about the LGBTQ crap. It's more about representation. It's more about all this other stuff that has nothing to do with the movies we want to see, but had everything to do with the movies that Paulie and you guys are talking about.
100%.
Right? Like that they used to do that all the time, and that was okay.
And to a certain degree, this is why the award shows were good. To a certain degree, they would bring up and highlight a movie. Yeah, let's give this movie some nominations that no one heard about, but y'all had your Dancing with Wolves, you had The Wise, they had Goodfella, you know what I'm saying? So that in a way was where the awards was a good thing, but now it's turned the other way around.
Well, the award shows have to have movies that most people have seen, so they are somewhat invested in the roster and who's going to win. Mm-hmm. It becomes sport, right? The worst thing that happened to the Oscars was Miramax.
Oh yeah, I've said that. Yeah.
Far fewer people had actually seen the movies. I remember there were years where, they only nominated 5 movies, and I would have seen all 5 movies. Now they have 10 movies, and I've seen 1.
Yeah,
Like-
they basically had to add more, Paul, just because they wanted movies in there that people actually saw.
And but they failed because no one saw them.
They failed.
Any,
That was the
anyway.
Dark
It-
Knight effect. 'Cause
Yeah,
we all
it-
knew Dark Knight wasn't going to win. It's like, why even bother?
Why bother? It's just insulting. You're just hurting my feelings. No, it has to be a popularity contest, whether you like it or not, to bring the audience in to watch it. And
Well,
back
make
in
no
the
mis-
day, you could have it both popular and good.
Yeah, well, there was politics involved, but it usually was it was usually inter business politics. Now, here's a good example. The Exorcist didn't win. You want to know why? Because William Friedkin had just won the year before, and there was a bunch of people who felt like The Exorcist made enough money, it didn't need any more
Sure.
attention. Let's give it to another movie. Although that was definitely the best movie that year. Let's be real.
Sure.
And it's Friedkin's masterpiece. But hey,
And how many times have they overlooked a director and they went, "Oh crap! Well, this movie isn't very good, but he should have won it 5 times already, but we didn't give it to him. We'll give it to him now."
Well, they still
Yeah.
do that.
the
which is probably
Scorsese
why
Award, basically.
PTA
Yeah.
is going to win Best Director. He doesn't deserve it. He deserves it for prior films.
Yeah.
And I can say that with Ethan Hawke, who's I hear is really good in Blue Moon, but they're going to award, if they give it to him, they're going to award it for his career and past performances.
Spielberg has never won it.
He did win for Schindler's List. Finally.
Schindler's List, right?
Yeah, and in this, it was more like Scorsese. They kept doing that to him, and
Al Pacino
and Quentin Tarantino.
Tarantino, yeah, I mean, go down the list.
Tarantino's won for writing, but not for directing. So yeah.
Yeah, let's wait till Al Pacino is a shriveled up raisin, and then hand
Thank
him
you
the
for
award.
nothing. You.
That was a sad thank you speech.
I've been doing this
Let's
for
move on
50
to the super
years.
chats because we have
Yes, let's
we
do
have
this.
quite a few more to go through here.
This is the number one on my list, so you'll have to go back if there's more before this. But Sabretooth Raptor says, TMNT SOS, Tom, thinking of Tom. Wonder if Tom would be interested in a turtle with nunchucks plus Wolverine claws. That sounds like a dangerous customer. I probably would be interested in that. Anything with nunchucks. I don't know why. I was always obsessed
I
with
don't like
nunchucks.
chucking nuns.
No, I don't like
Oh.
chucking nuns, but nunchucks.
What about nuns on the run?
I always
Nuns on the
thought
run.
nunchucks seems like an incredibly stupid weapon, more dangerous to the wielder than the victim.
You'd
I
be
love that
surprised.
song.
They're actually quite effective.
I love that song. No more nuns on the
And as long as
road.
they're not leather or string strapped, you can take out swords and shit. And they're one of the few weapons that can take on most other ones. But hey, that's just me. Daniel Pine is here, and he sends in 1999 and says, "The Disney AI news has now made my depression worse. Guess I'll forever be stuck with old films and TV, but I fear that I'll suffer nostalgia depression because of how I miss how the industry was before it was ruined." Yeah, we didn't know
Before
how good
we
we
move
had it
on
until
from
now.
this, I just said don't bring up another super chat because that's a story that we dropped earlier today. It's a video that's not getting many views. Do check it out where we actually break down the Disney AI news because this is something that broke yesterday or in the late hours before that. But Disney is doing two things. One, they are sending a cease and desist to Google AI that they have to stop using their characters, or rather, they have to stop letting you, the audience, create images and video clips with Disney characters. Because Disney have made a $1 billion deal with OpenAI, or rather Sora, to do it exclusively there, so that they get to monetize your content. Because if it's really good, it's going on Disney Plus. So yeah, AI is starting to annoy me as well.
There's an
And,
aspect of this that I'm not hearing many people talk about, and the fact that OpenAI is desperate for money because of their obligations and the trillions of dollars with data centers, and the fact that OpenAI isn't innocent in their growth of having scooped up Disney content at all. So this indemnifies
No, they've
them.
all done it.
Yeah, exactly. So this deal helps OpenAI avoid lawsuits from Disney now that they're partnering with them. But it also sets a precedent that if OpenAI becomes the source for licensed commercial copyrighted content, this is one big advertisement to the other studios and other places to look to them first as the hero of protecting your copyright.
Well, this is
So,
exactly what I said was going to happen, Scribe. They had to get ahead of it, and they had to be able to license this stuff. That's what I was saying. Is that's the only way they're going to be able to
Oh
control
yeah, we've
it.
talked about it on here many times that
Yeah.
the studios have to make their own data banks of material that have to be licensed, just like anything else. If someone else is going to use it, and then make money off of it. But now Disney's become a kind of YouTube because someone makes user-generated content and they get to monetize it, and you get nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not monetized anymore.
Oh, I know.
Oh, you mean? Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
but yeah, no.
They
Andre,
get to monetize it. You don't.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Yeah, that was the joke. But like, Andre was great. That video we dropped today was great. Like, I had nothing to do with writing it, but it was brilliant because he pointed out everything that's important in that. And the big thing here that they have to get out in front of is that actors own their likeness rights. And unless they give you those rights in some form, like through monetary, deal in a contract, you can't just willy-nilly use them, right? So like you can't just have Harrison Ford all of a sudden pop up and stuff. That's what they're protecting too, is they're protecting their ass from that part of it. So they have control over this stuff, and that's why they're suing Google, and I can understand why. And this is what they're going to have to do. This is the only way they're going to be able to wrangle control over this, and this is what I've been telling people is quit worrying about the studios. The studios will get this shit figured out. You should worry about yourself, especially if you have a job that is very monotonous, right? If you work in the fast food industry, if you work in, any industry that's like, like you're basically on a conveyor belt of any kind in a factory, AI is going to replace your job probably in the next 10 to 15 years. It's just inevitable. They're going to find a way to build a machine that'll be able to do what you do, and AI will think for you, and they're not going to need you anymore.
And they'll replace you even faster if you're in an office and there is any kind of routine to what you're doing.
That's
If
what I
you're
mean,
in
exactly.
middle
Yeah.
management, yeah. No, never mind any machines or something like that. If what you do is
Well, I'm talking
basically
top to bottom.
make decisions and stuff like that, and you see that in insurance and stuff like that already. People are losing
Customer
their jobs
service and all
en
that,
masse.
yeah.
It's only going to get worse. Yeah. Indeed.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And also on the topic of AI, let's take a moment to talk about the new Street Fighter trailer. For no other reason than, were it not for the fact that I know with 100% certainty that this trailer is real, those are real actors, were it not for that, the way that this was filmed, I would have thought it was AI. Because
Really,
I've
it really
seen
does look like
AI
it.
I had
trailers
that
on
thought.
YouTube that looks exactly like it. And to me, it's really, really horrible. Not only do you have like AI that's mimicking reality, you now have at least one movie that's trying to evidently mimic the look of AI. And this is freaking insane. So yeah, Street Fighter trailer. Gentlemen, what were your thoughts on it? And we also have some character posters here.
I didn't hate it. I was like, you know what? This kind of captures the feel of the video game.
Yeah.
I thought Bison looked terrible.
That was the one casting decision. That was the one casting decision.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. Doesn't fit.
That works right there. But yeah,
I haven't seen the trailer yet.
Oh, it's great.
Cody Rhodes as Guile looks amazing. I thought Roman Reigns looked really bad as Akuma.
Is that 50
Oh, he
Cent?
did. He was fantastic. He's the best in the, yeah.
But are we gonna
That's
watch
it,
it, or are we
yeah.
just gonna talk about it?
The music is copyrighted.
We are just going
okay.
to talk about it. We are not going to react
No
to
problem,
too much
no
of it.
No, I had
before,
the same reaction
yeah.
that Andre did, though. I thought this was like an AI fan until I actually realized, oh, this is real. And I don't know how to react to that. I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing. Right?
Oh, and it's the worst music I have ever heard in a trailer. It literally give me a toothache. Maybe that's
Yeah,
a
it
sign of
really-
me getting old or something.
That wasn't great. But I think the characters mostly look like themselves. It's just I didn't like the guy playing Bison has like a too normal of a face to be like he doesn't look threatening.
Well, that's I forget how to say his last name.
David
Demolishing, whatever.
Dastmalchian,
Polka Dot
or,
Man.
yeah,
Polka Dot
however you
Man
pronounce
from.
it.
Yeah.
Yes, Polka Dot Man. David Dastmalchian. He's a really,
That's
really good actor.
He
But
is.
I have to say, I'm very disappointed with his. Give me a second. I'll bring up some cast photos here. I was very disappointed that they didn't go with Walton who actually was in talks to be Bison. That was the
Walton
thing.
Goggins? I wouldn't see him as
Walton
Bison
Goggins,
either.
yeah,
He's,
can you imagine that?
no, he's too thin.
But it's Chun-Li.
I'd see him as Bison sooner than.
No. And not to take anything away from
Yes,
Raul
yes, yeah.
Julia. I understand he wasn't exactly like, Mr. Universe when he played Bison. But so it's not impossible, but if you're going to do a movie that's trying to like emulate the game, I wouldn't imagine Goggins as Bison, but
If anyone can get the pictures bigger, then feel free. But anyway, here we have. This is a character I don't know, Dan Hibik or something like that.
Yeah, Dan.
And
one
I
of
was,
the-
I was
then we
concerned
have
about the lack
Alston.
of story.
Oh, who cares what story is? I mean,
It's
travel
a lot
around
of
the
it's a
world
lot of
fighting.
characters for a cohesive
Yeah.
story.
Paul, they're fighting in the
Don
street.
Sauvage. Yeah. There's E Honda. Looks pretty decent. And
Yeah, he looks
Joe.
good.
I guess.
Joe.
Jewel? I don't know.
Julie.
Can't
Yeah,
you zoom in on
Sanji.
your browser, Andre?
I can't.
He's a
No.
boomer.
Control plus.
Yeah, I tried. It didn't work.
Oh,
Zangief.
Zangief. He looks
Yeah.
good.
Tried it, didn't work.
oh well.
Here, that worked.
There we
That's
go.
something,
Ah, here we go.
yeah, there we go. Yeah.
What did you do?
So,
I guess what I like the
Of course.
most about it is it reminded me of that sort of classic chop socky kind of doesn't take itself seriously
Oh,
with
yeah.
like dramatic zoom ins and everything, and it just felt correct.
Yeah.
You were not taking yourself too seriously. It's just fun. It just looked fun.
Yeah.
Vega
There's the
looks good.
best one though. Guile looks freaking amazing.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes as Guile looks awesome.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
they own that. And I just think Roman Reigns as Akuma though does not look like Akuma.
It kind of reminds of like One Piece, where they take the property and they just go completely out to, stick to the source material, even in a comic way. But it's faithful and it shows some love for the franchise. So at least that's my impression so far. We'll see what the end result is.
Have we seen Chun-Li? I think she's up there in the top
Yeah,
right.
she's in there somewhere.
Yes. Yeah, she's there, top right. There she.
Hello, nurse.
Wow.
Yeah. The one I think looks really off though is Ryu.
Oh, she's
Looks
hot.
incredibly off to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Tom,
haven't.
bring up
Can you
Ryu
put up?
there.
Could you put up Ryu? I haven't seen the.
Is that a
Yeah,
is she a
yeah. Tom,
martial
can you
artist?
put Ryu up there?
Does anyone know if this actress is a martial artist?
Dunno.
Who cares at this point, right?
A
can
martial
learn.
That's
artist.
what wire work is for.
A
She
martial
can learn.
artist was. That's why I asked.
Oh, Ken? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
there's no
it's
such
some
thing.
good
I don't
looking-
see Ryu. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's in the top
No,
row in the
he's
middle.
there.
Top
Yeah,
row
just
middle.
go up to the top there, in the middle of the top row. There you go.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
I
looks
mean,
a
that
little-
looks a
okay.
very angry and brutal Ryu right there.
Yeah, he looks.
These
a
all
little-
look AI to me. I don't know.
Really?
This is yeah.
No, they're
this-
enhanced
Oh,
pictures.
yeah.
Yeah, they look very
They're
AI.
Photoshop
They're
for
very,
sure.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, they have a filter. They have a
Yeah.
mad filter.
It's
on their
based on a video game.
I hope it's great.
Jesus
I've
Christ.
never been that big of a Street Fighter fan.
Oh, there's way too many pixels in this character. I want to go back to the original pixels in the fucking game.
That's
That's
right.
what I want.
Shut up, Chato. Let us nerd out on this shit. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Grandpa
so,
in your hat.
Yeah.
Grandpa nerd.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there,
see,
there.
this is the one. This
With,
is the one that doesn't hit for
that.
me. Is
Yeah.
Yeah.
His performance could be great. I could be
He's a
disproven, but
good
my
actor.
first
Yeah.
reaction was really of all the people that you cast to fit their characters, you cast him for Bison.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's getting a lot of
Especially-
work these days. He's
especially
got
when
a
you
good
look at
agent.
like Street Fighter the movie, the anime, where Bison is just like a massive physical presence.
Yeah, he's a beast. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's almost like they tried to cast him because he looks like Raul Julia.
That might be the thinking. I don't
That's
know.
Yeah,
the weird
that
thing is,
actually
like-
could be it.
He's got some big shoes to fill if that's it though.
Yeah.
It's the kind of movie that the actors had a fun time making. I mean, it's a lot of
Sure.
work,
Oh yeah.
but there's no
They had a
pretense.
blast. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just going for it. They're gonna here start chewing scenery now.
Exactly.
I think
Rest in
actors
peace,
love,
Raul Julia.
love
Yeah.
that
But
opportunity.
but these trailers came out on the same day. I was a Supergirl. This one and the Supergirl, and my gut reaction to this one, despite my couple of quibbles, was far more. That looks like fun and something I would want to watch, as compared to Supergirl. And this movie cost a zillion dollars less than Supergirl, and has a heck of a lot less to prove than Supergirl. But I like this trailer better. I'm more attracted to this movie than I would. And I'm not a big. I'm neither a Supergirl aficionado, nor am I a big Street Fighter fan per se, save for in the zeitgeist. And
Well,
yet, I want to see this movie more.
This is just another Mortal Kombat, right? It's all part of the same genre. And Mortal Kombat, the first one was shockingly good.
You mean the very first one or the more
Yeah.
recent reboot one? Okay, the very first one was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
The 90s. Yeah.
I like the more recent one too. I didn't hate it.
No, the more recent one
Yeah,
was
me too.
fine too. I didn't mind it.
And I'm
Yeah,
looking
I
forward to
like-
the sequel.
Yeah.
This, I mean, again, I
Absolutely.
hope it's good, but watching the trailer, it didn't feel like a movie trailer to me. Like there was just something about it that felt like, is this a video game trailer? Is this a fan-made trailer?
Okay,
Is it? Yeah, it had this weird
Yeah, I agree.
thing about it. Just like, I hope the movie's good. I hope it's fun, especially for the fans. I've never been as big of a Street Fighter fan as I have Mortal Kombat. I mean,
Yeah.
but
Let's also just take a second to acknowledge that Jason Momoa is in both of these trailers.
No.
holy
He's
shit, it
in
is
there
Jason
for
Momoa.
one
That is true.
second. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought you were kidding
He's
for a
blonde.
second
Jason
there. And I
Momoa.
looked down and I'm like, there it says Jason Momoa. I'm like, oh
I don't
shit, he's
like-
not kidding.
Yeah, yeah, no.
Yeah, I
he's
don't
Blanca.
like that
No,
they
I'm not
CG'd
kidding.
him. I thought they should have just painted him green for this.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks.
Yeah.
This is the sort of trailer that you train your AI to make fake trailers.
Ah.
That's what this
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
That's what
Blanca
I'm
shouldn't have a
saying, yeah.
beard. Why does Blanca have a beard? Come on. Blanca's
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, that's maybe the praise for it is that it looks good enough that it's like, oh, clearly a fan made this. Like that's what kind of my early reaction
Yeah.
was to it.
I can tell you why Blanca has a beard. That's because Jason Momoa doesn't shave his beard.
I
Even
know.
when
I
he
know.
was
Yeah.
cast as Conan the Barbarian for the 2011 movie, he said, like, no, I'm not removing my beard until you cast me. I'll remove it on the day of shooting.
Yeah.
But
Well,
on
somebody who's
this,
being
thing, he
removed-
had his beard.
Well,
Somebody
you know,
who's being-
Jason Momoa has to have a beard. You know why?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Oh.
Well,
God.
speaking of being removed, Marvin has to leave us.
Yeah, sorry guys, I do have to go. I'm gonna be on that Park Place stream with Jonas at noon. So you know, it's just the two of us today, so I gotta go prep for that. But thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. Please check out. I just
Send me the link.
rebranded my channel last night. So it is no longer Tooneytown TV. We no longer use puppets. I'm now physically the host, and we're calling it the M4 Empire. So you can check that out, youtube.com/at the M4 Empire. M is in Marvin Movie Monster Montenegro.
Yeah.
So thank you
And
guys.
the description has already been updated, so go check that out. Thanks for
Adios.
joining us. Give
Thanks
Jonas
so
my
much.
regards.
Will do. Thanks.
That's news.
Yeah, take care. And yeah, we are going to go through the rest of these super chats. We do have quite a few to go through here. We're going to start from the top now. Jason Webster says for $5 The Housemaid is a Hollywood remake of the great South Korean film The Housemaid from 1960, which was directed by Ki Young. And yeah, speaking of South Korean film, go check out the original South Korean film, The Little Green Planet, instead of Begonia, the American remake. For all its merits, the original South Korean version is, the more I think about it, much better. Billy D. Williams says for $4. Billy D. Shilliams, I mean, sorry about that, says for $4.99. Sydney Sweeney as Jessica Carpenter, Spider-Woman versus Craven Prince Money. Already seen her in Madam Web. Sony could do it.
Never
Yeah,
gonna
they
happen.
could if they wanted to, but they're not going to flush any more money down that particular drain. Even after they set up Null. Is that how you pronounce it?
Never saw it.
Yeah. Good, because that would mean something different in your if it's
Null and void.
spell it out. Yeah. Bucky Cap has been a member for 32 months, and we're glad to have you. Packing Protons says for $10. My NYC-based artist finally finished my comic after 8 years. Oh, fantastic.
Ooh.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Wow.
And then
8 years.
he posted a hateful anti-Charlie Kirk image. Wow. Now I've cut ties and have to redo the entire thing. Need
What?
a pro-Trump politician.
I mean, if you paid him
Well,
already, fuck it, just
why?
use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
just
just
use
Cutting
it.
ties is that you
Just
don't
use
work
it.
with them anymore, but that's work you paid for,
The
dude.
work's done.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and exploit it.
And you know, you're just gonna run into that again, unfortunately, sooner or later.
Yeah.
You have
Look.
no control over that.
Harvey Weinstein produced some of the greatest films ever made.
Yes,
And I'm
he
not
did,
gonna,
and brought talent to the screen that we wouldn't have Tarantino without Harvey Weinstein.
Exactly.
Well,
I mean, or
And
Kevin
Roman
Smith for that matter,
Polanski
so.
made some of the best movies ever made.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Woody Allen. I mean, it's you're talking about Babylon, guys. So you
Yep.
you take any movie,
Yeah.
take their credits, the production credits. I mean,
I get it though, Packing
Yeah.
Crunch. I totally understand
yeah.
where you're coming from, but at the end of the day, I'm with these guys. If you paid for the work, fuck it, use it.
It's yours.
Especially
Yeah.
after 8 years, right? Like,
Mhm.
and
You
then
know,
if
just
you
make it
want-
clear you're never going to work with them again.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, if you had waited 8 years, fuck that guy anyways. Move forward.
Right?
I
Yeah,
mean,
8 years to make a comic. I mean,
That's
honestly,
terrible.
come
You
on.
got screwed
Yeah,
over.
dude, you can't wait another 8 years
Right.
because not sequel. Another one for the
And
sequel.
honestly-
Wait 8 years for that.
And you know, and if you got and if you're going to move forward with something like that, right? Now more than ever, you know, you can find very creative people in like-minded circles if that's what you want. That exists.
Yeah.
So
Well,
But also
tell you
look
now
at the
that-
bright side. I mean, this guy, this artist, he has already made you part of the good company by pledging allegiance to the cause of the comic book industry, the establishment one. So yeah,
yeah. So he helped you in their eyes, but no,
Yeah.
because of Mead getting shut down, I've actually thought about setting in motion some of my ideas too. So hang in there, man, and just get it out there, man. That's the main thing. Who cares who drew it?
I just saw another cut of the Tom Conkle short film
Oh,
he's got. So yeah, man, everything's possible. You know,
yeah,
Get creative, guys.
indeed, indeed.
Then we got Packing Protons
And
again.
then Packing Protons also said the AI cover with new character mods in my profile. Oh, cool. Looking good. Looking good.
There you go.
And
we got
Barry
Barry-
the Music Man says for $2, glad to see you back on pre-Midnight Sedge. Indeed. Packing Proton also says Tom needs an OnlyFans to raise money now.
Hell yeah.
Thought he had one.
Shh.
That's what got him demonetized.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. He's going to have a Bo DeMayo moment here pretty soon.
Yeah. Jason Webster
Boner
says
mail.
for 5 Australian rounds, they should rename Hollywood Xerox because if you have, they will copy it. Well, certainly
Yeah.
some will. It's a big industry. Big industry.
Say what you
But
will
one
about
thing.
the Begonia thing, but that's how they used to do things. If they weren't making a movie based on a book, they were just stealing ideas from foreign countries, right? Like, I mean, Three Men and a Baby was a huge hit, but it was a French comedy originally.
Yeah, the
Same thing.
spaghetti westerns for all Asian cinema to
Bingo.
begin with.
Yeah.
And also, they were also Italian movies themselves. So, yeah.
They were just, I mean, yeah, trying to make American movies. So, yeah.
Yes,
Magnificent
exactly.
Seven.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Soul Nightmare says for $5, going off of what Gunn has said about Batman and his aesthetic choices, it seems more likely we're getting a live-action Arkham Batman.
Maybe.
You like the Arkham mix? Yeah, I could live with that. And Kelechi Oki says for $5, regardless, Tom, they decided to put that in the trailer, and he sees the good in people, I see the truth. I've had it up to here with these slight jabs. Yeah, and a lot of people are going to feel that exact way.
That's
and
fair.
That alone is the reason why it shouldn't have been in the trailer, just because of the perception.
I think he's also
of the
trolling
actual
at the
intent.
same time. I mean, he knows it's pissing you off, but he also
Yeah.
knows that by the end of the movie, she's going to probably have a change of heart. And again, look at the character who's saying it, right? This is what I got to keep reminding people.
Yeah.
She's not
Yeah.
somebody to look up to, obviously. So
Absolutely.
may
Still,
not-
I think that filmmakers have to be real careful about trolling the audience.
Oh,
Look
I
how
agree.
that worked out for Taika Waititi with the "I'll ruin your mythos in a minute, babe." How
Oh, I
well
think-
did that freaking work out?
I think that hurt Superman's box office overall too. Was James Gunn inserting himself every which way he could? It was a little too late when he got caught on the red carpet by Mark Malcolm. At that point, a lot of the damage had
Yeah.
already been done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Before we move on, I'm going to do Kelechi Oki super chats here because he sent two more. Sent the one of two. And that's not Crypto. In almost all of his appearances, he's the most disciplined dog ever because he has to be. And he can delete somebody easily. And then it continues. That is Gunn's scrappy little shit which no one cares for. Gunn is okay periodical, but becomes too much if every film feels the same tonally. Yeah, I can't argue
Say the
with
same
that.
thing about Zack Snyder and any other filmmaker, though. Too.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
yeah.
I have to
True,
take
but
off, guys.
also-
Sorry to interrupt.
All
I
right.
gotta
Thanks,
Check out
thanks for
Scribe
joining
Light.
us. Yeah,
Thanks for having
and
me
I
on,
look
guys.
forward to continuing our Conan reviews very soon here.
Oh yes, and everybody,
Punisher.
if you have, Punisher, yeah, good, Punisher.
Sorry.
Everybody, if you haven't already, find Tom's tweets about his demonetization and retweet that out and get YouTube's attention somehow to try to fix that because that's just ridiculous. We need to
Yes.
fix that. So, but otherwise, everybody have a good rest of your Friday and weekend, and I'll see you later.
Take care.
See you,
Scribe.
Scrap.
Bye, guys.
And
Take care.
I mean, I got to remind everybody that Batman kills like 6 people in Batman Returns too. By the way, Like,
Yeah.
people love that movie. Again, I'm not saying you have to love this, but people are allowed to do their own takes on it. Zack Snyder got to do his own take for a while. That's what a filmmaker does. Do I agree with it necessarily? No, but I'm willing to give it a shot.
Yeah.
And at this point, we got nothing else, so.
Yeah, indeed.
I'm actually kind of glad to see the superhero movie craze die off, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, just to at least tone down. I don't want to see it die off, but I'd be happy to see it toned
Back
down.
to where
a
it
little bit.
was. I liked
Yeah.
it better when it was a niche thing.
Packing Protons says for $5, they made him a bit too dark. Idiot should have had Santana, Wonder Woman, etc., and chose to live alone in a dark house brooding. Too far dark. And by him, he's referring to Batman in the animated series. Yeah, indeed. Packing Protons also says, anyone else wondering how dogs get to Krypton? Not any more than how humans get to Krypton, if we want to go down that particular route. And Soul Nightmare also says, only in the beginning, it's her 21st birthday. Yeah, quite a depressing one at that. Millard says for 14 South African runs, Marvel put Wonder Man in the banner. They did Echo. Oh yeah, they
Yeah, what
probably
he
did the
means
same
is
thing
it's
there.
being put under the "this doesn't count" banner or whatever.
Yeah,
Marvel
I
Knights
hope
or whatever
so.
it was.
Hope so. Hope so.
That's what he's
Just,
referring to.
Yeah, because no matter how good parts of it will be, it's just going to harm the brand even more. Just like pretty much everything.
Wasn't it
else.
shot like 12 years ago?
4, I think it was shot
Yeah.
in like the
Well, that was
aftermath
I was
of,
being I was being
yeah.
hyperbolic, but yeah,
but
like,
yeah, a long time ago. Long time
What?
ago.
Wonder Man?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think it was shot during Trump's first term. Like,
No. It was shot after. It was shot.
I
in
know.
the aftermath
I was
of-
joking
yeah.
again. It's
Yeah. But it was a long time ago. That it most certainly
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael McLeod says for $20, certain studios want to veer away from comic book movies. They want to recreate another golden age cinema revival. But there's no modern Cecil B. DeMille, Michael Kurtz, no Gable and or Bogart, etc.
Well, we've already told them how to fix it, right?
Yeah,
First,
we
you
did-
got to
they just
rebuild the
have to
movie
create it.
star, and then you got to quit trying to remake everything. Start reading some books. Because a good portion of classic films that we love today come from books. Otherwise, a lot of the IP they're stealing is shit from the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, I think there are there. I think, you know, like the Tom Cruises or even Margot Robbie, they're trying to
Tom
do.
Cruise is 80 years old.
I know, but what I'm saying is what they're trying to do is what he's talking about in the
Yeah.
in the super
Timothy
chat.
Chalamet is probably the closest thing we have
You
to an
know-
actual movie star who's been made over the last, what, 5 years,
5
10
years. Margot is bringing back Wuthering Heights from 1939, which was an
Yeah, but
older
Margot's
novel.
also in her 40s too, ain't she?
Yeah, they're saying that she's a little too old for the role in Wuthering Heights, but it's what again, what I'm going back to is that it's a production company, a production.
Well, and you also have what's her face, Jenna Ortega. She's somebody I could say is on her way there to being
there's
named.
there's I know you're looking forward to this one, Tom. A new Zendaya movie coming out in January.
Okay.
It's is it him? Is it her and Garfield? James Garfield?
No, it's Pattinson.
That's who it is. That was like, oh
Yeah.
man, that's right. But
some love story, I guess. I don't know.
you
But
got the directors though. You do have the directors. We do have like great directors.
yeah, and we're losing Paul here soon. So, was there any super chats that had specifically to do with Paul? I'll look while you read this one, Andre.
Yeah, certainly. Flying Blind on a Rocket Cycle says for $4.99. I all saw the Supergirl trailer. Could see where I might like it. Could also see that I might not. In any case, I'm rooting for Mead. And yeah, that's awesome. And then we have Packing Proton says bring back 8 tracks.
Go for it.
Yeah, indeed. And Shadow Dancer, the Red Maid, says for $10. Thank you so much. Part of the problem with Supergirl, the original from 1984, is that it was supposed to be Superman 3 with Supergirl. Then the canon pulled out when Richard Pryor wanted a shot. The movie was gutted, and it showed.
4. Superman 3 was made before Supergirl existed. So I think you mean Superman 4.
Well, he
It
does
was
mention
gutted,
Richard
though.
Pryor.
Yeah, but Superman 4 came out in 83.
Yeah.
And that was still under Warner Brothers. Canon bought the rights for Superman 4. It was meant to
Superman-
be.
Can
I
we go
think
back
this
to
is
the
accurate.
8-track comment though for 1 second, because I remember having the Eagles' greatest hits on 8-track, and it would break in the middle of songs. 8 tracks.
Well, yeah, because they're all
Sure.
6-minute long songs.
Couldn't handle it. No,
Um,
please don't do that.
They had to loop it somewhere, and it would always have a quick, break there, and then the music would kick back in.
Yeah.
It'd be like, on a dark desert highway.
I mean,
click.
I appreciate the aesthetic for sure, but no.
A lot of
Yeah.
work, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, on this one, I'm not sure about this one. I was pretty sure Superman 3 was all done and over with by the time Supergirl existed because Superman 3 was my understanding. Because that one didn't do as well.
That's a shitty ass movie, man. I tried watching it a couple weeks ago.
Supergirl or Superman 3?
Supergirl.
Yeah, Supergirl sucks.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. That's part of the reason why it did. Anyway, yeah, I'm not entirely sure, so I don't
Because
know.
Canon bought the
that-
rights
that
after
story.
that. But
I do know it started out as a Superman sequel.
Oh yeah, Christopher Reeve was supposed to be in it,
Hmm.
but he said thanks, but no thanks, basically. Yeah,
Well, yeah. I mean, among other problems with the movie.
but it did have Jimmy Olsen in it. Back in Proton says Elon should buy Disney and let users use Grok to make new Disney cartoons for free. Well, that's basically what Disney's doing now.
Yeah, exactly. So there's no need. I mean, they already beat him to that idea. That's what they're doing.
Although he probably would do a better job with Disney than anybody else would at this point.
Probably. And even Netflix considered buying Disney, we learned. And honestly, I think I would have preferred that to its current ownership. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and I'd rather have Netflix buy Disney than Warner Brothers, that's for sure.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Dark King 616 says, "Isn't E Honda a competitor to Tesla?" Oh, I see what you did there. And then that 70s fan has been here for
Honda's been
56
using
months.
General Motors technology for their e-cars.
Correct.
You just
Yeah.
had to say something.
Yeah.
The 70s
Speaking of-
rock fan
Yeah, sorry, carry on. Yeah.
says Supergirl, he meant retconned, not reconsidered. Retcon Superman 4, which will now be known as Superman 4, The Quest for Piss. Oh,
Yeah.
But you have to do it with Brian's accent. It's even funnier.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Drew
Scottish
Tipton's
accent, Christopher
Yeah.
Piss.
Quest for Piss. Seen some beautiful
What kind of
animated
Scottish
Christmas.
accent is that?
It was horrible. Okay, I'm trying to read Drew Tipton's. You got to get out of here, don't you?
Yeah, you're not even
Yeah.
supposed to be here, dude.
Please get this.
I'm trying to read these so you can go. Do you got to go or you want to leave?
I need to go now.
Okay, then go.
We love you, man.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
love
Thank you very much. Have a
great
nice
weekend,
weekend,
Cheryl.
everyone.
Love you, Paul.
I have a
Likewise, Paul.
business to run. I can't
And you
have
also
this-
know how to speak Scottish better than Tom, evidently.
you know,
Yes, you do. I just didn't have a chance to think about it.
And it is confirmed, everybody. Chato's middle name.
yeah, that's correct.
Love it.
Ian has a nice Scottish hat to go with that. So yeah.
Go put
That's
some
great.
Guess Who
Yeah,
on,
yeah, well,
Paul.
gotta have
I
everyone.
thought he got a paper route.
'Cause you guys- about time you make some money around here.
He needs
Yeah,
to make
about
some money.
time.
All right.
Take it easy, everyone. Love you all. Bye.
See you,
Love you,
pal.
brother.
No
Take care.
time left for you.
See, that's how you
I
like
feel
it.
like now I have to get a hat like that myself, and so
Right,
does
we
Tom,
all
just
do.
so we match the
Yeah.
rest here.
I used to
Yeah.
have one. I got to find one again.
I
Drew
never had
Tipton
one.
sends in $4.99. Thank you so much. Says, seen the beautiful animated Christmas commercials from Europe recently? Is it me or is the Gen AI take over of animation centered mostly in the US?
It is, yes, absolutely.
I think so. And not only that,
Yes.
Coca-Cola just got in trouble for doing an AI commercial.
Yeah, I saw that. Like this, and that trailer is everywhere, and it's just like made with AI, and it's really soulless compared to their previous like winter commercials, which have been kind of like really heartwarming and experience. This like soulless garbage compared to so many previous ones. But yeah,
Well,
it's
and
totally
Coca-Cola-
more in America.
Coca-Cola has done it before. They did the same thing last year with an AI Christmas
That's
commercial.
right. I
Yeah.
forgot about that. Yeah.
And they got backlash then. I don't know what. Do you think that they thought, well, they might not notice this time? I mean, I don't know what they were thinking.
Oh, I can tell you, they'll get used to it.
That maybe.
And they'll keep
Mhm.
drinking the cola no matter what. Like they're not going to
That's
boycott
true. Well,
cola
and, you know,
over it.
And I was thinking that earlier about Supergirl. The audience is going to go see this. I mean, it doesn't matter what I think about it or what you think.
Well, that's
about
why I
it.
was asking what the
Yeah.
thumbs up, thumbs down ratio was, is because I know a lot of people in our circles are bashing it right now. But like with Superman, is like when you step outside of the nerd sphere on YouTube, you don't get the same noise. It wasn't the same
Yeah.
kind of reaction. I mean, I'm not saying everybody loved it, but it wasn't the same like, oh my god, kind of like
Right,
vitriol
no.
towards it.
Well, Millie's got that appeal too. You know,
But Pack and
where-
Protons
Mhm.
Yeah.
says,
Agreed.
who's hotter, the AT&T girl or Sweeney?
Hmm. Milana, that
they're both
union
hot.
actress, they're both good looking.
Sweeney. I'm
But
gonna
who's
go
hotter? At this point, Sweeney.
Well, who's the ATT girl?
That's
was a girl with the big
Milana Vaintrub. I
Blah,
think.
blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
So Milana would be Marianne, Sweeney would be Ginger. That's, you know.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. You're not wrong.
Milana's pretty.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pack and Proton says you got the missing super chat from Soul Nightmare. Well, I'm glad
Yeah.
you did.
you.
Loved it. Yeah.
Thank you. And then ACC 7518 or L8Q, I think that is, sends in 50 Norwegian krona. I think that's Accident Seller, isn't it? Says Tom,
I think so. Yeah.
I say bring back Betamax VHS. Newer Max could come with built-in players, so customers can choose between Beta VHS. When might they order? No, that was a piss poor format. Both of them suck.
They're
I
just
was so glad
difficult
when we
to
got
deal
rid of
with.
VHS. I don't understand the nostalgia for VHS. I really don't.
Yeah, that's when I like the only good thing about VHS were the boxes, like nice big
Exactly.
sturdy and collectible.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
beyond
yes, I get
that,
nostalgia
yeah.
for the idea of it, like that aspect, like the thrill of what we used to have. You know, going to the video store every week and seeing the new
Yeah.
selection, or going in and seeing the, display of whatever. Like that, I miss. But I don't miss the quality. I don't miss the rewinding. I don't miss the crappy tapes. I don't miss the tapes breaking. I don't miss the tracking. I don't miss buying a video 3 times just to get a copy that works. Right? Like I don't miss any of that shit. But I do miss the community around it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't miss the 480p.
Yeah, no, it's actually not even 480p.
You're
It's like
right.
360 or whatever it was. Yeah. And then he said they could even do tape backup to VHS. LMO. Well, it's true.
They used to do cassette backups of data.
Yeah. Yep, that's true. You can do digital.
I mean, I have
Clicky
a
Okies
fondness for making mixtapes, but I'm not. Yeah, it's
not
it's
heading
done.
back
Now I
there.
do Spotify playlists. You know?
Yeah,
I
that's
just
true.
did a workout playlist yesterday. Yeah.
And then Kelekioki sends in 5 to let us know that he also supported us over on Rumble. Well, thank you. And he says, I also don't believe in the superheroes can never reach that height again. It just won't with Gunn or the MCU's level of writing. The writing needs to be superb in every film release. Look, I get where you're coming from, and I don't disagree with you, but I don't think that's going to fix anything. The fact that the audience has been played out on this, it's Marvel's fault at the end of the day.
It is.
Because if Marvel was doing better, then it wouldn't matter.
I mean, this ship could have had 10 more years of steam in it easily.
Yeah.
The audience didn't tire of superhero movies or comic book movies. No, they were driven away by the MCU. That's what happened.
I was going to say,
the
'cause the
audience
DC
were driven away, and they can be brought back. But now you have basically genuine fatigue to get over. So can it be brought back? Yeah, absolutely, it can happen. But it's going to take something. It's going to take something as revolutionary and as new as the MCU was at the time. What that is, I can't tell you.
I mean,
nostalgia for that's probably what's
it's
going to
pretty
bring it back.
simple. You just need to let Captain America be Captain America again.
Right, and that's what's going to happen for a
let's
while.
kick some ass, man. Let's flex some muscle. You know, I mean, that's one simple equation. If you don't,
you're going to have to, I think go back to sort of the Nolan Batman or the Winter Soldier Captain America. You're going to have to just make it be just badass.
We'll get some highlights, but in about
jokes.
We'll get some highlights, but in about 10 years, when the kids that grew up with that are nostalgic for it, then it'll have like a little resurgence.
Yeah,
but it'll be just like everything else that gets put into the cycle again.
You know, it's kind of like when Eastwood came out with, Pale Rider and some of the later Westerns long after the Western genre was no longer packing theaters.
And now that it lasted as long as it did and kind of the way it went, it's really kind of weird that it did parallel the Western quite a bit. Like, so that did the Western go away? No. And do I think the superhero genre is ever going to go away? No. But what happened is exactly what happened to Westerns is what's happening to superheroes. And not so much the woke aspect, but the aspect that it went from being the main type for the longest time of entertainment you had to kind of being more or less on television until the point where it was almost forgotten.
Yep.
Now, they do have a resurgence every once in a while. Like you said, Clint Eastwood will bring one up once in a while. You'll get a Silverado or a Tombstone once in a while. So that's what'll happen eventually. Maybe it'll have a resurgence, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll see.
But no, I'm just sick of it, Kelekioki, and I understand people want it, but like, to me, it's like we're getting worse stuff now when we're getting more than when we had less. At least from that vantage point, we had the few and far between, but at least they were good. I still am not so sure.
That's the truth with some in need of some modification, though.
I don't know. I'm still not sure that anything can live up to Superman the movie or TMNT. Just don't. Those two movies are a gold standard that I don't think will ever be beat.
Of course, those are your personal preferences.
They may be, but they still stand by the idea that they are basically represent what the comics were. And even the MCU isn't as representative of what the Marvel comics were.
Because I remember the years when we would get the odd Spawn.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong.
Steel. I don't think those years were any better in any way.
No, but what were those, Andre? Those were a reaction to Batman, right? Like those were like the early versions of what we ended up getting. And that's my point is now we have that on a bigger scale. We get one out of every 10 superhero movies that's worth a shit. Instead of getting maybe 2 or 3 every few years and getting one really good one. Yeah, Wolverine and Deadpool was good. This is the last good superhero movie. But compared to what we used to get, is it really that much better than Batman Returns?
And I don't necessarily think that Wolverine and Deadpool was better than Logan. I liked Logan. I thought Logan was
Logan.
And that was a bit of an experiment, right? So that was sort of outside the main milieu of superhero movies. I liked it well. I liked the Nolan Batman movies. I liked Winter Soldier. I've liked I liked 2 of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, right?
And
so I can dig it, and I even like, I'm the sort of guy that the first 2/3 of Wonder Woman liked it. The last third was just the same sort of ending, but they could have stayed on that for a while, right? In other words, you don't need to reinvent the steak. We know, give it to me at different temperatures, give it to me at different thicknesses, give it to me with different side dishes, but you don't have to reinvent it. And I certainly don't want machine-made printed steaks. I want beef, maybe a little more marbling than you like, but they could have kept that up for a long time, because guess what? Restaurants still serve steak, and they've been serving it for decades.
Well, you know what? Better yet, burgers.
Yeah, there you go.
How many
Burgers,
fast
even
food
better.
restaurants do burgers? But what do? Once in a while, we'll go out of our way to find a really good burger. And I think that's kind of where we're at with the superhero movies. Is, if anything, they need to go away for a while.
Yeah, maybe.
So they can come back in a way that people are like, oh yeah, we're nostalgic for that, but we want something good. I mean, honestly,
remember the cheeseburger? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, remember the cheeseburger, exactly. Instead of it being all these fancy smash burger things that we have now, it's just the classic.
I want a cheeseburger for breakfast now.
I know, right now I want a cheeseburger.
Stop it.
Pack of Proton says, you don't miss repairing broken VHS with tape? No, I don't.
Have you ever seen the meme where it's like, are you old enough to know what this means? And it's a pencil and a cassette tape.
Oh God, that's another thing I don't miss. Yeah, audio cassette, horrible fucking format. Horrible format. Vinyl is much better than cassette, that's for sure. But CD trumps them all. So yeah, the disc is what won the day. But sadly, the industry has turned away from it. They had that little plastic bastard could have kept making them money for years to come. All they had to do is make it worth what it is. See, that's the thing, is streaming's what killed it. Making these movies available so fast through a digital means is what destroyed that. They didn't make them worth what they were on the discs anymore. Because the discs themselves weren't worth money, it was the movie. And then I believe this is Accident Seller, says, Tecmo made a video about the Technics SV P100 from the early 80s, a pro broadcast level digital audio recorder player. The sound blows cassette tapes out of the water due to the size of the tape itself. Yeah, cassette tapes were not a very good sound format. Now, VHS was a much better sound format than a video format, though, because we actually used to use VHS back in the day for mastering stuff, actually, between digital before things got more direct. So, yeah. And you can even use it as a digital means, too, as was pointed out earlier as well. And then we had one more from Aldo Caspona. Says, Miss Infinity told me Toxic Femme got canceled. I miss it, Tom. Oh, I didn't know she told you that, but we haven't had a chance to really discuss it since we went on break. But Andre, I don't know if you wanted to address it at all.
Yeah, well, who knows what the future will bring? That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I'm going to say we just haven't talked about it lately, so
yeah,
we haven't had a chance to. But with that, I think we are caught up on the super chats. Let me double check the green machine, but I think we're good.
Yeah,
there.
we should have at least one there from Collecchioki.
We already got that one. I read it.
Okay, well then yeah, we
did get
well.
earlier. There was a gifted what do you call it?
Membership
subscriptions.
Yeah,
memberships. Oh,
yeah,
awesome.
Fundo Shinjin. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you to everybody who's donated to me on PayPal as well. I appreciate it, and it will help a lot. Oh,
Very
and then he
nice.
says one just came in. Let me look.
They're a lot of fun over there on the green machine. I hang out in that chat as well.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
All I see is the one from before yet.
Where is this PayPal link, Tom? Is that dropped on the
Let
channel?
me grab it for you guys here. It's different than the
what a show of force and charity and goodwill for. I mean, I don't think I've been on the show dozens of times. I don't think I've seen this kind of response in the super chats. What
Absolutely.
a great show. Yeah, what a great show. Yeah. Great audience.
No, you guys have been great through this whole thing. I want to thank everybody, especially our members. And guys have been boosting it, signal boosting it. Of course, all the other YouTubers who've been signal boosting it. All the people who've reached out to me personally, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Of course, all my friends and colleagues on the panel and everybody who's been there for me. And I appreciate Andre who's been doing his best to keep me from going insane. So, yeah. And then Daryl Brewer has been here for 52 months, speaking of members. And there's another big guy around the house. Thank you so much, Daryl. And then Six is in the house. Good to see Six. How you doing? She sends in a super sticker. Is it a pooper sticker? Might not be. I don't have the thing up here. What is it?
Love you, Six.
Indeed.
Does anybody see what it is?
Let me check. Give me a second. Get over there.
It was probably a little donkey that's like
It's a poop.
snorting hearts or something.
I knew it. It was a pooper sticker.
And then it's
Yeah, I
a-
knew that'd be something like that. Yeah.
And then she
now
sent
the-
a peach.
And then said
Thank you so much, Six, for the peach and for the pooper sticker. We appreciate it. And thank you for showing up. Everybody, thank you so much for the support. Andre, anything else to say on that part before we move on to letting everybody?
Yeah, no, again, just thanks for all the support. Do check out the most recent video that we dropped. Please help share it because, boy, the algorithm did not promote that one in the slightest. Yeah, do check that out and come back over the course of the weekend as we'll have more videos dropping.
The Eclipse Warlord's been a member for 47 months. Thank you for that. And yeah, we should do something for the members this weekend, Andre, if you're able
Yes,
to.
as soon as possible. We'll so just stay tuned in the member chat, and we'll keep you posted.
Indeed. So thank you for that. And Chris, what you got going on?
Bleeding Fool's doing its thing right now on the top half of the fold. That's above the fold. We've got an article kind of crowing about the old 1999 Mummy, The Mummy, with Brandon Fraser saying it deserves more respect.
It's getting a sequel.
That's right. That's what that leads into.
Yeah.
Talks about George R.R. Martin. I've also got another story about George coming out tomorrow. And then, of course, a couple of big stories about the Netflix Paramount Monopoly War. So check it out, bleedingfool.com or at bleedingfool on X.
Nice.
Awesome sauce. Paulie, what you got going on?
So we have our website, thelatinoslant.com, and you can check out all the latest reviews from all our writers. But if you're a filmmaker, I want to do a pitch to you guys. We're already working with several of you guys. We actually have a project submissions. If you're an indie filmmaker, go and check out what we have to offer. We've worked with Alejandro. We worked with a couple other indie filmmakers in these circles, and that's a service that we're now offering, and it's really cool. It's, we're growing that part of the Latino Slant on the .com. So check it out. Thanks, guys.
Paulie, that's very cool. I was at my brother. I should have mentioned it, but you brought to mind my brother premiered his latest short film yesterday. My brother's quite the filmmaker, but it's all shorts, horror, not quite Tales from the Crypt horror shorts, but like a little Twilight Zone twist.
We cover shorts. So actually we're reviewing one right now called The Word.
Okay.
And then that review goes up tomorrow. And this guy is from New York. I saw his feature-length documentary that got nominated at Film Threat. And then this guy's very talented. So send him the link to your brother. Mm-hmm.
I will. Yeah, I certainly will.
Yeah, then I'm gonna plug also since we're talking about shorts, I'm gonna plug the short that's linked to in the description right now. Ruins Ignite, from the same mastermind behind the Midnight's Edge opening vignettes. So do check that out as well.
Excellent Seller. We did get to read this, but I'll read it again. It says, yeah, that Techniques SVP 100 was VHS, and yeah, I'm Excellent Seller. There we go. Yep. Or I guess we didn't read this specific one.
No, we didn't read that specific one.
And then Packing Protons also said, did Tom use carts in radio or before your time? Oh yeah, we used carts.
Yep, I did too. Yep.
Which carts are basically 8 tracks.
One song.
Cart? A donkey cart?
No, not a donkey cart.
They look like 8 tracks.
Quit being a fucking Mexican already. Jesus.
Oh, whoa. Oh, hey, let me tell you what, man. We make the world go round. And nothing like a burro in a cart, bro.
And did we get this one too, Eclipse Warlord? I think we did, yes. And then thanks again, Six, for the peach and the poop. And thank you again, Accident Seller. Sorry you missed that the first time. We appreciate that one.
Yeah,
I guess
do
I
some
thought
touch.
we already read it. That was my bad. So with that, Andre,
Yeah, it's time to bring out the koalas in the rain.
Koalas in the rain, koalas in the rain. No fucks given. Koala, koala. Koalas in the rain, koalas in the rain. No fucks given. Koala.